But you know how to say it.
African Jamaican. I just look at Alicia.
Good. Look.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh no.
They nervous.
Oh, Lord.
and sweating
Wait.
and shit. Let's enjoy the music.
Look at me. I just adjusted myself. Alicia, stop watching.
Hey. Hey, y'all know what it is when y'all hear my voice, and if y'all can see me because y'all watch it loud. This week we doing something different. This is a hostile takeover because as y'all can see, I'm up here by myself as far as the fellas go. I just got these lovely ladies up here with me. So this week, the Root Cause Podcast is bringing you the second episode of the Midweek Medicine Podcast, my podcast. I'm taking it. That's right, fellas. If y'all hear me, I am taking this episode over. So, y'all should have been here. Anyway, this week is a little different. We ain't doing all these extras. I got my lovely ladies up here. These are my sisters. They look so good. For y'all can't. If some of y'all can't see it, oh well, it don't matter. To the left of me is my sister Alicia. Hey, baby sis.
Hello.
Next to me is my other Lexi. Hey, gorgeous.
Hey.
And on that side is my roomie. Hey, Anna.
She got a room you now.
They roomies now. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That come from a long time ago. Right?
time.
When we had a state.
Fun time, but a long time.
Fun time, but a long time. Yeah. Fun time, but a long time. So, as y'all can see, the guys on here, everybody's got something different to do. Frank is in one place. LT is another place. DJ Shane is in another place. But we wasn't going to let this go past. We wanted to keep on talking with y'all about this whole dating scene, and that's why they here. I'm 38. They are way younger than me. Okay? They are way younger than me. So, last week, we had Lil Frank on here, and he was telling us about his dating experience, right? And, just things he should have been doing and he shouldn't have been doing just based off of what his dad taught him. And I think that's probably a big factor in what y'all deal with because it's a lack thereof there, right? Yeah. He told us how when it was time to meet her father, for some reason he froze up and he didn't get up right away. And his father, Big Frank, had to tell him like, hey, man, you need to go out there and meet him, right? And, he got it together. He went out there and met him and things like that. And that went good, just the way he addressed the young lady and stuff like that. So his father has been instilling all of the right things in him so that he understands what he should be doing as he's dating these young women and things like that out there, right? I don't think y'all are having that kind of luck.
No, not really the
conversations
same.
that
I
we've
will
had.
say that. I think his dad did a good job. I've never, to ask like my parent to go on a date, I've never experienced something like that.
Yeah, see.
I've never had that happen. Even like in high school. And stuff.
Yeah, it was like that's
It wasn't
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, so they went out one time, and that second time they were at home. The girl, they just came over for
That's
their
cute.
version of
That's
Netflix
so
and
cute.
chill. And I was like, you sure about that? Are we doing that already? We doing that already?
Look, it's COVID. They can't go as many places. That's an
It was
excuse
like,
now, okay?
nah, it was cool. They really was watching TV and all that stuff like that. Because I know what I was doing.
I wasn't even allowed to share a blanket.
Yeah.
That is
on the
true.
couch.
You still get in
Daddy
trouble.
told me I couldn't share a blanket
Yeah.
on the couch.
I
Yeah,
forgot
you
about
still
that.
get in trouble, and you 10 years younger than me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was different for them. I know it's crazy with time because when I was 16 or 17, I didn't care if they told me like we couldn't be doing such and such. I still tried my hand.
Yeah.
A dry rub or something.
You were also a boy,
It
though.
didn't matter. Like I'm a boy. You're right. I'm
It
a
was
boy. Like,
different.
it didn't matter. Not when I was at home with my mother. That was different. Like the way Daddy look at y'all, that's how Mommy look at me. Like don't be doing nothing in here you ain't supposed to be doing. Right. So I want to get into that with y'all because y'all tell me all the time how shitty it is for y'all. And that I said, man, I wish I could get me. And what you say? Oh no, we ain't
It's
gonna
no
get
more.
It's the dying breed.
There may be
okay?
not, at least not in the tri-state area.
Not in this area. Yeah.
I'll
Not
say
that
they're
we've
very
come
rare.
across, yeah.
You know.
We've come across like close, but like not quite
No
there.
cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna get into
like
all of that.
But no.
But to help facilitate, so O is not giving you a bad sign. He's telling you just to speak it to the mic. I know that did look a little different the way he did
like,
it.
should I
Oh
turn
look,
it?
everybody
I
that's
didn't know if I was
watching.
supposed to hold it.
O was in the background like. Like, oh, don't do that. Just so y'all knew what that meant, right? But to facilitate this conversation, 716 vodka, right?
Cheers.
Local vodka, very smooth, very good. It's good stuff. You gotta go get you to that. Go to their website, spell a word out 7, just like you see it on the bottle. 7, the number 16, vodka.com, and you can see everywhere in the DMV area that they are available. So go check that out. It's a good drink. I'm enjoying it, and I've been enjoying it. I might start sweating in a minute. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. So I'm normally not the question guy. I'm normally I just add to it. Spruce things up. Frank usually does that. So I had the wife, y'all sisters. I was like, hey, give me some questions. She's like, oh, I got you. Right? So to jump this off, dating in 3 words for y'all right now. I'm going to Anna. You making all them faces. You go first.
Because I'm trying to figure out the 3
time.
words.
3 words. Even if you can't come
One
up with...
I have is like just confusing.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
If you can't come up with no more, that's cool because it's 3 of y'all. And we can use these words to go different directions.
Confusing.
Confusing? Damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got something?
I want to say stressful. Like, all the expectations and everything is stressful.
Overthink a lot. Like,
yes.
It's like a mind
stressful.
game in there.
I'm glad you said expectations. I have a whole thing about expectations.
Hello.
Baby sis.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up and say growth.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
You do.
Because we all
That's
looked
a
at the
good
negative,
one.
but that's true. That's a big
I'll
one.
put it on us. Because while we have plenty of issues that we're facing, it's forcing us to figure out who we are, what we want, and what we're willing to accept.
What we want is a big one, and what you're
side,
willing to accept.
It is forcing a lot of
And your
that is
no-goes, like you learn all of that while dating. That's a good
true.
one. I like growth.
That's good. Because, see,
Yes.
I've seen a lot of different posts on TikTok, whatever. And chicks be like, it kind of pisses me off when I see it. Chicks are like, he ain't love me when I was down bad or when I was this weight or I was that base. So now that I'm this, now that I'm a size 1, fuck him and I don't want to do this and he can't have me and all that. Well, why the hell did you have to wait till my man decided he left you or didn't want to deal with you at all to get your shit together? Like, and I think that plays into just what you're saying, like knowing you and understanding your growth. And because I think the less stress you got to deal with is niggas, you coming with shit. Like, you coming with your baggage.
Yeah.
If I got a bag and you got a bag, we can't even hug, goddammit.
Yeah.
I want you to carry my bags. I'm not in a baggage way. I don't have a lot of baggage, but you know where we're going with it.
Because they don't have no kids. Like, they living a good life at the age that they are. No kids. Ain't no
Love the
baby.
babies, but don't have
How you
them.
gonna take
We
care
the
of
good aunties.
Yeah.
They good. They the good aunties. Like, my daughters love going to them because they the good aunties, right? Like,
Listen.
but it's funny because now y'all having when they around, y'all see y'all have to be aunties.
Oh my God!
my
We
gosh.
literally through this King's Dominion experience that we went yesterday, we were like, "Oh my God, we're really aunts." When we had to plan our October calendar last week so we can fit in time to hang out
And
with
we
them.
literally
for us
scheduled a
to go
weekend for the
out.
kids.
Yeah.
Like, we're really those aunties.
It's a little weird. We like it. It's a little interesting though. Like, it's like, oh wow.
And only in y'all 20s that y'all are doing.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like, what was the one weekend we had? Like, but we had Gavin's birthday and then Peyton's birthday back to back.
yeah.
Like,
Yes.
yeah.
It's like
It's
every
crazy.
weekend we have something with the
yeah.
nieces
Like,
and
we try to make
nephews
sure we
and-
incorporate everybody.
Yeah, we're going to get into these nieces. Yeah, we're going to get into these two. But the growth, that's good. I like that growth. 'Cause
Yes, that's a good one.
I think the biggest thing is, like, people don't understand, and we definitely going to hit this expectation thing. 'Cause my philosophy on expectations when you deal with other people is you got to fuck your expectations. Because to a degree, like, you might, for example, y'all see how I am when I'm a hoe. Y'all see how I am when I'm in a relationship. Y'all have watched me be married. You know what I'm saying? So you might set a standard by that. Like,
growth we was talking
you
about.
might set a standard by that, right? And then you get with another nigga that don't know nothing about none of it. You might get a Carlito. Y'all don't know who that is, but he has no idea what it looked like to actually be dating one individual and giving
He's
them
got
that
a
time.
great heart. Yeah. He just like got a lot of love to share. That's what he likes to
Oh, he definitely.
say. Yeah.
He don't know how to say no. He don't know how to say no. And he'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I don't know how to say.
But I prefer
Who
not
am
to
I to
run
tell
into
somebody
him.
no?
Yeah. I
How dare I
prefer.
deny them
Yeah.
what they want?
Yes,
Why would
that's
I deny them me?
That's
Like,
He's a hippie.
my black angel.
my bucket.
Oh, yeah.
He is that.
Like that.
Like, he a little bit of angel,
It's a little bit of
devil.
both, right?
He on both
Like,
sides.
if you take the little dude on the left and the little dude on
Yeah.
the right, and you put them together, like, you get a little bit
Yeah.
of both of them, right?
Yeah.
So that's wild to me Because I like you want to go into no situation like, well, expecting my brother, but then these dudes ain't giving me that at all. So that's a big upset, right? Because that's just think about if y'all expect something from me and I don't do that. Like you might get mad at me. Like for example, once again, Carlito got mad at me because he expected something to me. I'm like, nah, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the whole dating thing. But once again, that goes back to knowing what y'all want. Because I tell them, I say it all the time. As men, everything we do is for y'all attention. The cars we drive, the clothes we wear, and what we get away with is because the females that we dealing with let us get away with that shit.
Because that's a big one.
That's the one.
That's a big one.
That is the one in the
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you get a nigga that he been dealing with bum bras the whole time that let the nigga just do whatever, now you got to deal with that. Because he think that every chick's supposed to let him.
That one is tough. Oh my God.
How's that for y'all?
That one is tough.
I know y'all got some stories. we ain't sitting on this couch without. I want some experiences. Y'all are not giving me these little answers. I want some experiences. Like, yeah, I had one where he wanted me to.
A lot of it is the accountability part. Like, it's very hard for some men to take accountability. Like, whether it be, I don't know, what kind of situation can I give? Like,
you got one because you brought it up, so I know you got one. We'll wait.
We know it's you.
Yeah, so do tell. You ain't got to use no names or none of that. You know?
it's not even just like a situation. I mean, accountability. Like, if I tell you this made me feel some type of way, I feel like most, and I won't even just say men, most people decide to get defensive. No, I'm not telling you you're wrong. How you handle things, how I handle things may be completely different. But if I'm telling you it made me feel this way, take accountability. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't make you to feel this way. That wasn't, even if it wasn't in your intention, that wasn't my intention. Let's figure out how we can solve this. I feel like people just want to butt heads. Like, why we got to butt heads? Just figure out how I'm presenting you my problem so we can work together to figure out a solution. It doesn't always have to be us versus, like that saying, like me versus you. It should be us versus the problem type of thing.
Yeah.
See, that's a big thing because I have to, my wife, y'all sister-in-law, I have to tell her that at times. The thing is, you can't control how nobody feels.
Exactly.
And you can't control how your actions made somebody feel.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody, just because, even like you said, even though it wasn't your intentions, that doesn't mean that
that's
didn't
not
make
how
you
it
feel
came
like
off.
that.
Yeah.
So don't be so quick to respond to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm saying. And I can be like, real talk.
That one.
With Layla's birthday, right? Her mother knew about it and everything. But the day of, when we had the dinner, I didn't hit her back up and remind her none of that. I didn't do any of that. And I we told her about it, just didn't remind her about the time and things like that, right? So of course she wasn't there, and then she hit me up the next day. It was like, I just want to let you know that I feel it some kind of way because you ain't remind me. You didn't do all these different things. And I told her, I said, look, I hear you, I get you. So I'm like, I just ain't think nothing about it.
Yeah,
I ain't like you do
my
stuff.
intention wasn't to make you feel
like
that
we told
way.
you about it. Like I wasn't trying to not have you around. I told you about it. I invited you to it. Like, so it wasn't that I wasn't trying to invite you. It was just I ain't think nothing about it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't my intentions. I apologize for that. And, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we did have some more words, but I didn't want the conversation to go so far off that now we got a bigger problem. So I was just like, let's just leave it at that. Know that I understand what you were saying to me. I got you. Trust me, I got you.
And I feel like that's the biggest thing. I just need you to understand where I'm coming from.
And you get, it depends on the level. Like say you dating, like you need somebody like your brother, or you need somebody like your father, or whatever. And I wouldn't tell you don't date nobody like your daddy.
Don't date nobody like my daddy. Oh my gosh.
You either.
I'm good off that.
I need the key gentleman part.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I feel like she got close, but it like
I need the gentleman parts of daddy.
So like for example,
the communication.
Well, Ariana, right? Reed might look at me and her mother, and I've been in Reed's life now since she was 11 years old. She's now 19, about to be 20. You're not gonna find a me. It took me, all right, I'm 38, let's say 20 years to get to this point.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna get this. It ain't no dude that you dating right now that you gonna get what I'm getting. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not. Yeah. You can have some standards from this, but at the end of the day, if your mama say to you, you need to find somebody like your daddy. I'm not gonna find nobody like my daddy.
I feel like that's what's hard with our family because some of us are like, I feel like we are so spoiled in certain ways, some with each other and some with males in our family, that it makes things kind of hard because we're like, no, but if I can get this through everyone else.
Absolutely. Because on Layla's birthday, Mark Anthony sent her flowers.
Yes,
Flowers.
I've never had a
and
man
it's
send me
small
flowers.
things. It's like
and granted, it's your
small
cousin,
things,
but
yeah.
it's like,
We raised the bar high.
hello,
We
like,
really
Every
do.
Valentine's Day in high school, Daddy used to bring me flowers
Yes.
to my mother's house.
Yeah.
So that I was never relying on
My-
somebody else to come to
yes, my
Yeah.
stepdad brought me teddy bear and chocolate every year for Valentine's Day to school, just because he knew I loved to walk around with the teddy bears and chocolate,
Well, I'm
like little
shitty.
stuff like that, like.
I didn't do that with
You're in the
Layla.
home.
Yeah.
Yes, but you set
Yeah.
a standard. You said like
Yeah.
I cook. I like
I
most men be like
definitely
I
do
don't cook.
Hey, look.
You know, you set a standard like I take. You said different kinds of standards, but as far as dating, I feel like those are certain dating
We've definitely
standards
been
we would
spoiled.
love. Yeah,
like,
you know
by
what I
this
mean. Like
family.
So
with
because
dating.
of that, like, you feel like what's like basic things that like y'all look for in dating now? Like, what are some because like you said, confusing.
It like
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like stressful. So why y'all, initially, how many dates before y'all decide like, nah, I don't want. This ain't.
Sometimes you
That's
kind of
my
know
lesson.
in like
You know
a
what, right away, right?
conversation.
Sometimes you know
literally
the first
with
one.
talking
See,
to
I've
someone and
always
you're like,
thought
nah.
like it doesn't take long when you
It-
dealing with somebody. It
yeah.
does not take long to figure out where they fit.
yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
what chicks I was talking to was gonna be my side chick.
Yeah.
You gonna be
I feel like
a
you-
hoe.
yeah.
You gonna be you only give me head. We just good for drinks. I'm
Right.
serious.
We
Like,
just
I'm
cool.
serious.
We just talk
Like,
You
some
got
buddies.
categories, okay?
like real talk,
Yeah.
and I be telling the girls this all the time when I was single and especially when your father first got out. when
Oh
we was
my
doing-
gosh.
I had 10 chicks and each one of them had their part, and and I let them know their part. Some of them got mad when I let them know. I'm not lying to
some
you.
will.
I'm being
Yeah.
honest. Like this is what it is. I'm a good time. I'm nothing else more than that, right?
time, not a
I know a
lot.
lot of dudes don't.
But the
won't
honesty
be-
is appreciated.
it's-
You know, they
after
might
a
not
while-
appreciate
and real
it,
talk,
but
they got mad at me. Fuck you, nigga. I don't need it. And they they want to talk to me. But then I get a call or message later on, like, look, you know what?
I appreciate the honesty.
I appreciate your honesty.
Because the games get old. though.
Yes,
like, I'd rather
like-
you just tell me
and that's why
straight
it's
up, this is what
confusing.
you want. Yeah, because you'll end up like I had a situation a couple of months ago.
Do tell.
And the moment you've all been waiting for.
I know, right? A story.
Time.
So I had a situation a couple of months ago where I would have thought that this guy wanted something to go further. Like, I mean, he was at my house every 1 to 2 days. He's cleaning. We're watching movies every night where he wants to pick what TV shows we're watching. He wants to take up my time. Like, I'm hanging out and talking to them. And he's like, you dropping the ball. Like, you're forgetting about me. Like, what about me? And I mean, I had a one weekend that was full of events and full of plans, but he managed to make it around all of those plans. So when something was over, I was seeing him at night or he was coming in the morning. Like, it was so many things. He cleaned my house. He wanted to make sure
Cleaned
when
the
I got
house.
home that I didn't have to stress when I came home from
The
work.
baseboards.
He's asking them, like, where's the
He cleaned the baseboards
with the
on the
Lysol
set.
wipe, like in between
Yeah,
like
like,
cleaning,
Somebody down there in the
vacuuming.
bottom.
Yes.
He wasn't staying.
Right, he was
just
leaving.
helping with the
He
prep.
was leaving.
Hello.
Let me adjust. I need to see. What? For real?
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
Sorry
Like
that
he
he
was asking
wasn't-
Alicia everything, like where is the Windex, where is this, that, and the third, so I can make sure when she gets home she don't have to worry about it. He helped me clean my car, all that kind of stuff. But then at the end,
The kicker.
when
about to
I
say-
want more, like I just wanted to be friends.
What?
So
Right.
You were cleaning.
You're
my
cleaning baseboards.
What?
I bought soap for you in my bathroom. I bought you your own toothpaste,
Mr.
your
Belvedere,
lotion,
what
your
you mean?
sack, your
Hello.
snacks. Like I
And
did
when
so much.
he's making relationships with us too,
I'm
not even
doing-
just her. Like,
That's
but we
deep.
can all hang
like
out.
when
Like, I
Lexi,
don't want them
She
to.
hurt her knee at one point. He wanted to make sure we got to Target. We got her an ice pack. She had the meds that she needed. Is she okay? How was her overnight shift? Like asking Alicia, how is she doing?
This nigga don't got no friends.
He came to
Hello.
watch movies with me while Anna was getting her hair done.
Literally, he sat there with her.
He was like, "Do you want to go watch a movie downstairs?" I was like,
Sure.
Literally. And I was
sat,
telling
talked
him how
about
much I
music.
valued the fact that he enjoyed hanging out with them. Because, I mean, the first time he came over, we went into the kitchen and he was hanging out with them. I didn't plan for us to do that, but
And I
he
feel like
wanted
anybody
to
dating
sit
us has to
and
be used to all of us.
He
Like,
always wanted to
yeah.
figure out what was going on with them. He wanted to take road trips with all of us and, like, figure out how we could all hang out. Because
All
he knows how
boyfriends sound
much
and stuff,
I
right?
want to hang out with them. He wanted to tell me about all his insecurities, your childhood traumas. I'm doing... having her braid his hair, but I'm washing and conditioning your hair. I'm taking you to the barber shop. He got Alicia a new phone.
Can I ask y'all? Is
My phone was messed up.
hold on, wait.
For free. Because he was like, I'm not
Free
leaving here
protector.
until she gets a new phone.
Like doing all
and
of
then he
this,
just wants to
didn't
be
want
found.
anything.
But you want to
do you
sleep in
mean?
my bed every night.
Question:
What?
Did he hit it?
Yeah. But then he did, and then like towards the end of it is when he wanted to stop, because then it was this whole like, I want you to be a part of my life forever. Like I don't want you to just be
I don't
your
wanna
friend.
mess
And I don't
up
want to
good thing.
ruin
I don't want to mess up a
it.
good thing.
by
Which is like, that's
committing.
cool, but we're
His
grown.
own issues,
We're grown. Yeah. Like you're 31.
But you're doing all the
we're
commitment
grown.
stuff, but you just don't want the title. Is
You're
essentially
literally
what
my
it
man.
is.
You're my. I mean, like when I needed
That much time, like.
I mean, every
Every
day,
weekend,
every day
almost.
on my phone. Every weekend he was there. Every 2 days, and he didn't live close. His car broke down. I had to drive to go get. Like it's just so many things that I was just like,
Like
oh,
a
and you want to
redrive,
be
not around the corner. What Ree was doing.
Right,
What
right.
Ree was doing.
that same like
Same
amount
city.
of time.
Yeah.
That same amount of
city.
time.
45 to an hour.
Yes.
And there
Same
and
city.
back because I'm picking you up. I'm not staying with you.
Oh,
You're
these
staying
niggas, those
I'm
niggas up
taking
there
you
must be built
back.
different.
You want to do all of these things for me, but you don't want to be in a relationship. Are you?
And remind
You
you,
don't wanna
cleaning
be
the
in a
baseboards for me. Like
You're
I'm not
cleaning my
cleaning nobody
baseboards.
baseboards if we're just
Taking out trash
friends.
on a
I'm
regular-
sorry.
Cleaning baseboards
Hello.
at my house.
We gotta remind each other.
He's
Hello.
like wiping in between the washing machine and the dryer. Our vacuum was broken. He fixed
Fixed the whole vacuum.
Okay, so my next question. All right, so clearly not gay. He hit it, right? You let him get some, and I could see why you would let him get some, right? So one question I always ask Ariana when she dating a nigga, because it kind of gives me a sense of what it is that she about to deal with. Was he raised by a single mom? Do you know any details in terms of that?
Yeah, it was a lot of like family stuff that happened.
Cause see, men don't move like that. Men
Yeah.
don't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, think about it, like y'all know. Y'all,
And now here it is in front of me, and you just want to be my pal.
you just
Yeah,
wanna be
like
a
you.
friend?
And so and it was.
Bro, you want to be in the friend zone?
Hello.
you put
asking to
yourself
keep
in the
me
friend
here.
zone.
Like usually all of that shit, a nigga will be in the friend zone to do all of
And
that
then
shit.
you took sex out of the equation because normally that's the key.
Yeah.
Normally I
Yes.
do
And he was
everything I
like,
do.
so we
all
won't
of
do
that,
that
so I
anymore,
can
so
get it.
we can still maintain, so we can learn how to like each other, how to be friends with each other. That was his little goal. I didn't want to look for a wife. I wanted to look for someone who was my best friend. But then you tell me, we're up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning on the phone. You don't do this with people. You don't like to talk on the phone. All these kinds of things.
Yeah, that's the.
But you just want friendship.
He's
Get
ass
off
backwards.
my
Like,
Hello?
That's the
Never
type of
seen
shit. Like, that's the type of stuff that.
But
you
that
do.
my friends don't do this. Like
my
this,
butt.
my friends
Like,
don't
I mean,
do
and then catching
this.
attitudes
Like
when I'm out with my actual male friends and all of these kinds of things. So it's very clear that you like me. You can't tell me no. You're in my house cleaning my
Did you
basement.
tell other male friends about this dude?
I don't know if I
I'm about to say, because what they
told-
say, because I'm like, what?
We are the male friends.
right.
Gossip goes.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if I would tell my 2 male friends. I would tell them.
But I don't think you
haven't
told
yet.
them,
I haven't, but
yeah.
I would tell them, and I would see their perspective. I'd probably ask. I could ask them and see.
Like,
I-
'cause
they
I don't
have
see,
me, though.
I don't understand it. That to me, that's like a lot of time wasted.
I think it's
Wasted.
First of all,
insecurities
that's
A lot of it.
Like, what,
Yes.
what,
and fear. You're scared
What
that
did you
this
scared of?
good thing won't work out. So instead of, like he said, messing up a good thing, let me keep it where I can.
It's like the
keep it
self-fulfilling
safe.
prophecy.
Where I can keep it safe and it won't mess up, but you don't understand that you're causing your own demise. You're
Yeah,
Hello?
because now we don't speak at all. Like now we don't speak
'cause
at
the
all.
You
thing-
can't take
hey,
up all
listen.
my time
The
as
thing-
my man
Right,
and then tell me you only want to be my friend.
What am I
now
supposed to-
I gotta make
I gotta
my
treat you as a
future
friend.
man.
Now I
talk
gotta
to
make.
my friends
Now
on
I gotta
this.
go on. I can't go on a date if you here every day. I can't do that.
And if I bring a nigga in here, you just want to be
here.
my friend. No, don't worry about him. He's a friend.
Yeah.
You gonna feel some kind of way.
Exactly. You're gonna be mad. Like that situation. That one got me. That one was like, I was
Yeah.
like, what am I supposed to do?
Hey, Joe, that must be some good
With
stuff. Had this
something.
nigga cleaning before. He didn't even know what to do.
I literally turned around. He was like, you know what? I saw
Damn.
it. I was like, yeah, here. Hands and knees. And I was like,
Hey, well, if y'all niggas get you some wop that make you clean the floor, hey, that don't have this nigga working in reverse.
Vacuuming the steps, like he was not playing.
He
with everything.
did. He was great for all of
He cleaned
us.
my room every day. Like every time he was there, he cleaned my room. By the time I got back
where
home,
does Anna keep her blow dryer? I'm like, hold on, let me show you.
What?
he was not
It
playing
was
any game. I
great.
want to put everything
listen,
away. Swiffered my
real talk.
bathroom. Like,
Straighten up in the kitchen.
Real talk, because the
sometimes.
right kind of dude, if I meet one of y'all and and I start messing around with one of y'all, and I see it's 3 of y'all roommating at one point, the mind is going to be, can I get all of them at the same time?
How are they feeling?
Let's see what their relationship is. Let's see how that's going to work. Right?
It could have been. I don't know. It could have been. I really don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
It could have been. I really have
different.
no idea. It was just
It's
the
no way in hell I'm not doing
to
all that.
me. For you to not want anything to happen.
I wouldn't do all
that.
that.
He
What?
put himself in the friend zone. That's wild.
Yeah, you literally did that to yourself. Like you literally did that to yourself. I mean to the point where like you're on meetings for your job, but you want me to sit in the room so I can hear how good you do on your meeting.
Yeah.
I'm on 3-way phone calls with you and other people, with other females, so you can so I can hear how the conversation goes.
Business females.
Yeah,
I know
business
why.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But you want to be my friend?
What?
Don't speak to me. Don't speak to me.
One time I had a guy sending me, he was going through like different interview process and was sending me potential job application, like, what are they called when they request
Offer
you?
letters?
Yes, he was sending me different offer letters, had me looking up the companies, like, do you think I should take this one? Do you think I should do this? All of this stuff. Never became nothing of it after.
It's crazy.
And the end was like, I just don't know if I'm gonna commit. Had me like, it was so much stuff. He's sending me his stuff he's doing for school. Like, when I say sending me his stuff, sending me like financial aid information, telling me to look over it. Like,
It's crazy.
what? You're
It's
doing all this?
crazy.
You want me to do all this girlfriend stuff and you don't want nothing to become of
You
this?
don't want anything.
I'm confused. One
That's
of
a lot of it.
one of our viewers just sent the message on and said you need to bring him back because he'd be good for the Christmas. for our Secret Santa.
Crazy thing is, it wasn't even to get rid of him. She tried to have a conversation with him and
About
he ran.
making it go further, and he was like, "Oh, well, then I'll fall back. Like I don't want."
He didn't even want to have a convo.
Confused. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Bro, they need
What
to
kind
grow.
of commitment issues did my man have
to
going
grow.
A lot.
on?
I mean, I will say he definitely had a lot going on in his his upbringing. I feel like a lot of his childhood definitely shaped some of that for him. But it was just that was a lot.
Well, once again, that comes back to the point. Stop bringing people in your world, and your world is
And you're,
fucked up.
and you're not ready.
Yeah, and you're
to
not
deal
really
with
ready.
your world.
Like,
It's
I
that thing.
learned. It took me years after, but I learned this, right? So when me and the first wife, we get the divorce, and because of the way things went, like we were actually like the divorce pretty much had happened before the paperwork was done, right? It was finished. It was over with. And because of that place, I'm thinking like I'm good. I'm settled. I'm good at everything. Well, then I get with Kim now, wife, and I start realizing it took 3 years later for me to realize all of the shit that I still had built up that I needed to deal with.
Yeah, that's
It even got to the point that when COVID first jumped off that year, 2019, we were damn near about to, we could have separated, divorced, and all that stuff. And I just started soul searching on my own, and I figured out a lot of shit that I should have done different. Like I should have let the divorce go all the way through before I pursued her.
Yes.
Right? I should have made sure my mental, emotional, and spiritual and all that was good.
Was ready.
Get my
That's
own
the
counsel
main
and everything
one.
before introducing it, because that would have saved us a lot of unnecessary fights in the beginning. I don't know if we would have ended up together because of the timing and all that, but still, if we would have ended up together, that would have saved us a lot of arguments and
It would have helped your foundation.
right? Because now we got all these problems that I got my own shit, you got your own shit. Well, at least if one of us, as a man, I'm prepared to, like, you got a life before me, so I'm prepared to deal with potential baggage that you may come with if you got it, and let's work throughout the day. If I feel like you worth it, then let's work it together, and I don't have a problem with that. But we both come into it, and we both got our issues. It just makes it harder. Not saying it can't work, because
as long as you're, I feel
As
like
long
as
as
long
you're
as you're
willing to work on it.
like, and as long as you recognize, know yourself too.
That is
Yes.
the biggest lesson we've learned over.
Let
the
me
last
tell
few
you.
years.
Yeah,
Like,
that
when
is something
people
that we have
don't
talked about.
know themselves. It makes everything so.
Yeah.
Yes.
In any relationship, I'm dealing with that within my friendships,
Friendships,
all
oh,
kinds of things.
yeah.
It's like, I don't understand why we keep ending up at this space where I feel like we're butting heads over something we shouldn't be. Because if you knew you and you know me, and vice versa, we should understand how to communicate with each other.
Yes. Yeah.
We should understand how to get through potential problems, because if you maybe do something that rubs me the wrong way, I can be like, what do I know about him? How do
That
I
would
know that
make-
he responds?
Yeah.
How do I know that
Yes.
he processes things so that I can figure out how to come to you? That's my thing. it makes most sense for me to know you so that when I approach you from a place of understanding.
Yeah.
But if you don't know you and then you not giving me that energy, how am I, like, how is this a winning battle? It's a losing battle at this point. If both of us don't come from a place of knowing ourselves and then subsequently understanding each other and then being able to better communicate.
Because that was the problem
we're going through.
Kind of with the last thing too. Like, one of the issues that we did have is, like, he was very sensitive to anything that I said, but to him, he was very nonchalant, and I was like the meanest person around.
What do you mean? Like, if
I would make a joke, like, he was also very sarcastic.
He hated, like,
we were a lot of, like, the, like, similar people. Like, I'm a very sarcastic person, but like,
same birthday,
we were the same exact day. So it's weird because I could see me in
should have
him.
did that. Like, no, we can't do
Me back, like, so I feel like he reminded me of what I probably would have been like in high school, and I'm like, oh my god, I get why no one would have wanted to.
But
like,
not knowing yourself.
But if you don't know
you,
then that doesn't help.
Yes.
Like, because you think you're not sensitive, you don't think any of these things, but as soon as I make one, like, small joke or comment, you're up in arms. But you can say anything you want about me, but I can't say anything about you, but you're nonchalant and you don't care about nothing. That's not true. You're sensitive. You have your fair share of insecurities, and that's fine. You just know yourself. Know when you're sensitive.
Let me tell y'all, I had to take this last year to really learn myself. Like, not even just like, you got to know yourself mentally and everything. Like, I changed my whole life around in this last year in learning myself. Like,
that's good.
You got to learn.
Dude.
Yeah, and it's hard
to
work.
Come to terms with, like, what's wrong with you.
And
like,
even,
okay,
like,
why
your
doesn't this work 'cause of
problems.
me?
Like, what did I do wrong in this life? Like, the last year I had a relationship go wrong. And in that time I was like, okay, now is the time where I want to figure out. Because, you know, at this point in age, you get to a point where it's, I want something real. Like, I don't have time for these little datings anymore. Like, you want to build towards something. Yeah. So, in building towards something, you have to realize, how can I build myself up to get ready for what I want? Absolutely. And I feel like in this last year, I took the, not that I'm fully there, because, you know, growth is long and takes time, okay? But in this last year, I've started the building stones, the stepping stones into getting to know myself and what I need to work on to be ready for someone else. Like, because it's not always about what they can bring. It's okay, what do I need to fix about myself? What do I need to work on? What I need to do?
That's what I was going to steal from your wife.
What?
Because she put up this post. I'm almost certain it was her. I don't know which page it was on, but she put up this post that said, ladies, don't quote me, but it was something along the lines of, explain why you haven't ended up in a healthy, lasting relationship without blaming
someone else.
Because see, that's a good because
without blaming
that's
the man.
Good. I want you to listen.
So
we're doing a whole episode. Like, we're about to record a whole episode on it because she asked that same question to the guys. And it made you look at yourself. So
So I mean, it's a good thing because I feel like, especially with like learning this with the last person that I've spoken to. Dated. There's a lot of, I feel like, man versus woman right now. Oof. Oh, men do this. Oh, women do this.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Everybody's us explaining what men do that frustrate us does not mean that we don't have things to work on. Doesn't mean that women don't sometimes do the very same thing. Yeah. I feel like it's hard to have a conversation now about what you're experiencing because people are quick to be like, oh, but we're not talking about, like, you can have a moment when I'm done. You can have a moment, but right now we're talking about my experiences. But to take from that so that we can talk about both, what I will say, a reason I guess I can say why dating hasn't worked out for me because I haven't been in a real relationship and it feels like a minute. But I think I have to learn within myself how to take what's in front of me for what it is. Because I'm someone who wants to give a chance. Oh my gosh, well, maybe this. Well, his childhood. From a psychology major, it's even harder for me because it's like, I understand why you're like that. Mm-hmm. And I have empathy and sympathy for you, for your situation. And it makes sense why you are the person you are. Yeah. But then I end up in a situation where I'm allowing behavior that doesn't meet my standard in the hopes that it'll change. Yeah. So the lesson I had to learn for me was that the role that I'm playing is not taking people for who they are right then and there. And it's okay for people to not be all the way put together and be ready to grow. But if you are not ready to grow right now, I don't care about what you say to me.
Mm-hmm. If you're okay with you and you good with how you are, that's fine.
Right. If you don't show me that you're ready to grow right now, I need to understand that. And I need to stop assuming that people are going to want to work on themselves. Yeah. Take who they are, take what they show you more. Because my other lesson that I had to learn in 2018, 2019, hard one for me, was to realize not to be pessimistic, that people are liars. Yes. Like, in my head, Didi Trudy, our aunt, she would always say to me, like, you need to understand that people aren't going to treat you the way you treat them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was the hardest thing for me to understand. Like, so there are really people out there who are for self and who will say what they want to get what they want. So those were the two biggest things that I needed to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
See people for who they are and take it and move on. Stop assuming that people are innately good people. Not that they are bad people. They're just not the person that I need for me right now. Number one, so take people for who they are. And stop providing so many opportunities.
Yes.
I'm not saying provide none, but stop providing so many. I'm in this relationship for 4 or 5 months because I won't allow myself to sit back and realize that, like, it's not giving what you wanted to give. Because I'm sitting here like, but I think it could. But
it has potential.
But it could get better. He gives me those things in daddy that I want, that I've never seen before. So I'm trying to ride that wave. And it takes moments of sitting down and having true conversations with them that then I allow myself, because a lot of times I stop myself from having the conversations. I allow myself to say it out loud, and then I'm like, shit.
Literally, the last one. That's literally what happened.
Yeah,
just like, I was like, it's okay. Just come on.
We have to kind of talk her into those realizations.
Like, going through my list. Oh my God, he does this. He does this. He does this.
But what about what he doesn't do?
But you listen when they talk, though, right?
Yeah, it's like a self-realization. Like,
yes.
And then I'm
it's like, oh,
shit.
Sometimes I feel like we know, and I feel like she knows, but she just won't say it.
Like, we let her lead herself into those conversations.
Like, you know,
once you say it, it's
if
real.
I say it out loud,
don't say it.
It's real.
That's never been
and because you know who you got around you. If I say it, they gonna check me on it.
Yes.
Really gonna make
Honestly,
it real.
I went to dinner with my friend Katie Nunez. She won't be tuning in, but maybe I'll show her this. And I was telling her all the things, and she was like, I don't think he's your person. And I was like, no, but he's really nice. And she was like, yeah, the way you're talking to me, like, I don't think you like him. Yeah. And I had to sit, and I was like, shit.
Do I like him?
I don't think I like him too. But I think I know he's a good person.
Is this the dude you was telling me about had a kid?
Yeah.
Great segue.
How do y'all such a good person, and that's what made me like, no, but he's such a good person.
So how do y'all feel about dating people with kids? Y'all don't have kids, because I'll be honest with you. So I could be I understand that the concept of if you don't want to date anybody with kids and you don't have kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you won't really understand what it like. You have to put yourself in a position where, like, if I didn't have many kids, but my wife has kids, if I'm going to pursue you, I have to understand that I'm not going to get all of the time and attention to things that I want. I have to understand that I'm taking on all of this, right?
Yeah.
And then there's some people that don't get that. Like, I've had male friends, my male friends, like, at one point in my life, would get mad at me because I wasn't going out as much or whatever. Like, nigga, I got a whole family. What do you mean? I can't go out like that. Like, it's not. How you get mad at if you that mad at me about that? Like, bounce, because I can't deal with that. So, how do y'all feel? We gonna hear about this. I'm going right back to you. How do y'all feel about dating somebody with kids? Y'all don't have kids. Y'all see what it's like to be auntie mode, right?
And then I'm a nanny, so I'm around kids all the time.
And even that, I'm going to run a question about y'all careers and shit like that, and how that play a part too. So, back to that question. How do y'all feel about with the dating with somebody with kids? And because you already did, you can keep on going.
Okay.
Yes.
I prefer for it to be a no, but it is not something that stops.
It's not a deal breaker.
Yes.
I've dated now 2 men with kids. I like kids, so I don't mind.
Shit. I like other people's kids.
I don't mind being around the kid. I think what I realized within the first time that I did it, and this is selfish, but I'm allowed to be selfish. You have to be ready for things not to be about you.
Yes.
Respectfully, that parent, for me, it would be a man, because I date men. So that man should be all about his child, in my opinion. So I have to be ready for everything that we do, or a lot of what we do, depending on how much custody you have over your child, to be centered around your child. And that is a beautiful thing. It's how it should be. But is that what I want right now?
Especially not having any children.
And I think that's the biggest part, because we don't have any. I don't have to relinquish, like, even personally, I don't have to relinquish my free time to anyone else if I don't want to.
When we got here, we could choose to go into DC if we want to.
Because you know how my mind
Yes, like, we don't have to Go
I assumed
home.
that's what y'all was gonna do that.
We didn't know. I was exhausted this morning from last night. So
it was fun though.
we'll
but
see.
yeah.
Now
Yes.
the champagne is starting.
I'm about to say, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
and that's the freedom we have. At the drop of a dime, we can make those kinds of decisions. So it's not a deal breaker, but do I want it? Not really.
Not
But
really.
if you are the right person, I'll take it.
Yes, it would. Your benefits would have to outweigh everything else. Like she said, it's definitely not a deal breaker. It would just have to outweigh.
So I feel like part of me, it's kind of like a double-edged sword because I prefer you to not. But there is something about a man who takes care of his kids that does something to me. I don't know if that's like from my childhood or what, but it's something about someone who, so the guy I was dealing with, he had a daughter. And I loved how he was obsessed with his daughter. And I loved that. And it was one of the things that made me like him because of how you are with your, so I feel like it's a double-edged sword.
And so I don't know if y'all haven't gotten this far with anybody with a kid yet. So one of the things that I'm adamant about, right, is you understand one thing, right? People always put their kids first.
Yes.
That's wrong. You're like, what do you mean? Why would you say that? I got 4 kids. Let me tell you why. Because at one day, y'all kid, we gonna move on, we gonna go away. Right? If I give me okay, let's say this. The product of some of the dudes that y'all dating, the reason why I asked that, are both parents in the house? The product of the dude that y'all are dating is because they was raised by a single mom. Right? And what a lot of people, what females are not understanding is you raised this, like, if you was my age, the son that you just raised, that's what I'm getting now. That's the product of man that I'm getting right now.
Yeah.
It's because of what you raised. That's your king. You made that king your boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do feel like lines can get blurred sometimes with single mothers and like their sons and kids in general, but definitely sometimes with their sons.
Hell
I do feel like that can get blurred.
But when I say put your kid first, it doesn't even necessarily, because I get what you mean, but what I mean is because of childhood stuff, like I love to see an active father. You know, that's what I mean.
Of my child.
Yes,
We're not
like,
taking that.
if your child has like a talent show, nah, I'm not planning nothing else. My baby got a talent show this day. I'm going to see my baby perform. Like that. I think that's more so what she was saying. Like I get what you, because I get like what you mean. I'm here, but I think it's more so the attractiveness of you're willing to drop everything from your child.
Because it's just not that. Part of me feels like it's just not what I have.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have.
So, which brings me, because I know
What?
when you described this old boy to me, and I told you one thing, he was treating you like his daughter.
Yeah.
Because he had been a single dad for so long.
And before single dad, he was the sibling that stepped up to take care of his younger siblings because their parents passed away.
So,
or their mom passed away. And
I say he didn't know how to be in a relationship. All he knew was how to lead from the sense of being a single dad and then having to step up in that position. So he didn't know how to be in a role. So a lot of the things he was doing for you and the way, like making your plate and all that.
It was irritating.
Yeah.
And not to
met.
specify.
Yeah, some of the ways.
I think the not to talk down about anybody.
Right.
I think he was wanting to have that leadership role. He wanted to lead because that was what he was used to doing. But as somebody who, not to toot my own horn, is pretty far along in their own personal journey.
Very far, the farthest along
has been
ever.
Fortunate to have good models in front of me as far as mother, daddy. He's a good model in certain aspects, but where he wasn't a good model, I have my mom and my stepdad. I'm pretty far along in my self-actualization process, if you will. So he was trying to be a good leader, but from someone who is very much so whole and healthy, I can tell that you're not actually ready to be a leader. And I see
that's
your
a big
effort,
thing.
and it's a beautiful effort. But I cannot trust you to lead me because I can see through the examples that were set for me. You're not ready yet. You don't know enough, and I can't blame you for that. But that doesn't mean that I want to idly follow you.
Right.
Knowing that I can see that you're not ready to actually lead. I can thank Daddy for things like that. While as, quick-lipped as he can be, you know, his
communication
may be down, but as far as being a leader, Daddy has done a very good job at a traditional,
he is like head honcho man. Of our family.
Yeah, and so that was a big thing for me. It was like, I see you trying to take on this leadership role. Sometimes it was a little too much because you were trying to dictate down to the small things of what time I'm eating, and that's what we're not going to do. Because I'm a grown woman. But I can also see you don't know enough yet.
And it's also, it was never coming from a bad place, so it's annoying as you would be.
He was a very genuinely nice.
Yeah, it was like you also have to remember, like, you're pissing me the fuck off, but I know you're coming from a good place, but you're still pissing me off. Like
he hasn't had enough experience.
And
maybe I think not enough people telling you that, like, that's not how you do it. So I was talking to her the other day, and I was like, sometimes, I mean, I definitely know it can be us, obviously, because we allow men to do whatever we want, but like, sometimes I'm like, we really probably need to speak up more. Yeah. Because I feel like sometimes we're like, you went through all these women and I'm the first one that told you whatever it is that I just told you. There's no way.
Well, see, that, like you said, it comes back to accountability because I got my friends, like, I am who I am, not just because of our father and the other men in our life, but also because of the friends that I got.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I fuck up and I tell them a situation, nigga, you wrong.
Yeah. That's what, these are my best friends.
Like, why are you doing it like that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
But some people just want, like, a yes man. They don't want you to say that
everyone
you're wrong.
has
You
those
just want to know, like,
you can't lead, like you were saying, you can't lead the way you lead, like, when you think of Army, just leading somebody, the way you lead a foot soldier, just a grunt dude, is not how you lead your lieutenant or your second in command.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell the dude all the way at the bottom, go eat at this time, you gonna sleep at this time, and you gonna do this, and he gonna do it. But my second in command, I can't say that to.
Yeah.
I gotta know that
you're my partner. You're with
even if you not, we ain't all the way on the same page. You like right up under me, so I gotta know, like, I can't communicate to you that way. And that's a big thing. I think if he's been in that situation so long, and then there's not enough people around him to say that, like, look, that's not your daughter.
Yeah.
You gotta know, like, we understand what you're doing.
The leading looks different between leading your spouse, leading your child, and leading your little sister.
Absolutely.
It's a genuine place, but you gotta learn how to differentiate, and you gotta learn how to separate that. Like, that's not your daughter, that's your girlfriend or
maybe spouse.
Wrong. So then there was that piece of now I guess the first person who's kind of told you that, like, you can't talk to me like that. And his literal response to me, he laughed when we sat down and had a conversation about it, because I was at the point where I was done with the relationship, and he laughed and he was like, oh, that's what you're mad about? That's not that big of a deal. And I was like, it's not that big of a deal to you.
Here go the accountability again.
What that looks like from the outside looking in. You went to go make me a plate. Thank you for making me that plate. I told you I'm not ready to eat yet, and you caught an attitude with me.
Because, like, and then look at how
it's controlling.
Yeah,
it's controlling. I wasn't ready to eat when you want. So you don't see it as that big of a deal, but I'm here to let you know that as your partner, you will not.
Because it's like, for one, our family isn't really one. Like, we're gonna tell you, like, what's
going on.
No. I don't really like how that, especially our aunts. Like, that, how does that look? I don't like that.
You know, they're opinionated.
So now I have to worry about how I feel about this, and then how everyone in our massive family looks like. Someone gets a little too drunk, like, don't talk to her like that.
You may not mean it like that, but they don't know you as well as I know you. So we gotta watch this real quick.
Play that mess. So.
And it all, honestly, it all boiled down to, like, once we finally had that conversation, initially, like I said, it was like, oh my God, that's not that big of a deal. And it's like, okay, well, it's not that big of a deal to you, but it is that big of a deal to me. I explained what it looked like from the outside looking in. Eventually, after a lot of conversation, it was like, oh, I get it. I understand. I'm going to work on it. But I could tell through the things he was saying within the conversation that you don't actually get it. I think you feel bad for the way you made me feel.
And you're just like, I'm sorry. Sorry I made you feel that way.
It's the right thing to say, but if you don't actually and this is my thing, I don't care about being right. I'm not here to say I'm right and you're wrong. I could give two fucks about being right. If you don't understand what I'm saying, why would I expect you to do anything different? You don't understand it. So
you really don't get what the problem is.
We're going to get the same result every time.
And I felt bad because it became...
that's where the stressful comes in.
So even in good scenarios, because this wasn't necessarily a terribly
because that was one of the better ones that any of us have had.
He wanted to spoil me rotten. He wanted to take care of me. He wanted to be everything to me. So this isn't even a moment of niggas ain't shit. It's not that. For me, my own personal journey, what it's coming down to is hold this for me.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
not finding
She put the cup
this.
in. Right.
So
right.
like I'm meeting people who have all of the qualifications and who are good people. They're not bad people. They're not playing me. They're being honest. But then we're missing that little piece that makes us click.
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys say evenly yoked. We're
Yeah.
missing that part. I'm just saying.
I got one.
Generations, okay?
Generation says evenly yoked.
We're missing that part that makes it.
I don't say that.
effortless.
I say we click.
Oh,
What do you mean?
well,
We
oops.
fit.
Oops.
Do I look like a Bible to you? I don't say that.
You know what
Listen.
Carlito says.
Hey man,
Deacon.
he can kiss
I love
my
Deacon.
ass.
Deacon Brown Collado.
So that's
my
been my
God.
struggle.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't been. Not that it's been all good situations, but it hasn't been all bad situations. Now I'm almost coming down to the refining.
Yeah, hers are like the
Yeah.
better
Right.
ones, but like still like
Close
close but no cigar.
Yeah, literally.
So it's at it's getting to the point now where it's easy for y'all to you can determine
You know.
early on like okay no
Yeah,
this ain't gonna be
she
Yes.
knows.
I
just
She
have
doesn't
to
always.
believe it.
Yeah,
She
like,
doesn't
knows.
admit it.
I'm
She
I'm
knows.
teaching. Especially with this last dude, I'm teaching Ariana this, and I have had this conversation numerous times with not just Ariana, but even my wife. The thing is, when people show you who they are,
Believe
you gotta
it.
believe it. The reason why
When
we
they
don't,
say
the
them
reason
little
why we don't
remarks.
believe it is because what they're showing you has not affected you yet.
Yeah.
What they're showing you has not slapped you in the mouth
Oh,
yet.
yes.
That is like
My man
yeah.
showed
Yes.
Reed something, and Reed was like, "No, but that's not him. No, that is
is.
him.
It is.
It's just that he ain't never
When
had
they
to
make
show
those
you.
little slide
let me
remarks.
tell you.
He never had to show you that before.
In
Yeah.
saying that, until somebody is ready to see it,
Yeah.
you
Ready to
cannot
see it.
point
You
it
can't
out.
see it.
It don't matter. Like that last situation. It was a 4-year mess. Okay, mess. I was not ready until that last incident.
Yeah.
And it was something like so small. Like it wasn't small, but it was something that has occurred
that wasn't
before.
small.
But
feel like
it's
that
happened
was a-
before.
Yeah, but that's like it's still a big thing though. But yeah, I get
Yeah.
it.
It's something you should have
before.
already.
Yes,
known.
it's
Yeah,
something I
yeah,
should have already
yeah.
known. Like pretty much, he got caught messing with another girl. She posted an Instagram video on his Instagram, and that's how I found out. Yeah.
Like that
And
woman,
so-
yeah, right?
So did he show other signs of that? And you just
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I ignored all the earlier signs, so
Until
I
she
will
was
not
ready.
completely
Until she
blame
was
him.
ready to
But
know.
until I was,
Yeah.
and it was like that last, like that. That's why I'm saying, like it was something huge because, like she said, it's something you should never accept, something that should never happen. But it's like, what did you expect? Like he showed you all these things beforehand,
Yeah, like,
so
you
why were
already
you
knew.
surprised?
Yeah.
But with that last incident, it was a slap in the face. It was just like, oh, I'm done. But it took
it's like the straw that
that
broke the
long
camel's
for
back.
me to be like, now I had people in my life, my best friend since 2nd grade telling me, I hate this man. He'll never be able to say hi to me. Like she got to the point where she couldn't even be my best friend. Like she was still my best friend, but you know your best friend's supposed to fake it. Like as long as you happy, I'm happy. She couldn't even be that point no more. But it wasn't until I was ready that I was done.
It didn't matter.
Like
So especially with y'all being so close, like we family. On top of that, but even if you took the family aspect away, y'all are that close, right?
Yes.
How important is it for y'all, for the dude that comes in? Because we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. How important is it to him for like, all right, so if you talking to somebody, for them to be to okay this dude?
It's pretty important for me.
Because you know they
Yeah.
got y'all got y'all best.
Because I
interests
feel
at
like
heart.
we hang out too much. Like I like y'all too much as my family. For you to not get along with my family and like them as much. I mean, you probably may never like them as much as I do, but at least do enough. Like what the other guy used to do. Not the exact same thing, but he incorporated in their life.
Yes.
Want to hang out with them. Be okay that we're all gonna hang out. We're all gonna speak to each other. You don't have to come to every single family outing, but sometimes want to be out with them because we're fun. Okay, we're a good time.
always.
So I feel like it's pretty important for my family to like who I'm dealing with because I also want them to come to events. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable
Like they can't
to
come.
every event that
Yes.
that we have that they can't come because they are like, oh, your family doesn't really like me. I don't want that. I prefer.
That's a rough road.
It's tough.
Like,
Yeah,
that's a rough
yeah.
road.
Yes.
It's
And
tough.
I feel like for these two specifically, because they know me the most, if they don't like you, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
Because it's like
it's hard.
when you
Especially
know
when
those
Alicia
things
doesn't
you
like
can't see about someone, your best friends see. So these are not only my best friends, they're my cousins, they're my sisters. So I feel like they see the things like I don't want to admit to myself. Hello. So they'll be the one. So it's like it's a little bit more grain of salt if they don't like you because, and I also feel like they're way easy to get along with. So it's like
so if you can't get along
they're not
with
complicated.
So if you can't get along with these two,
it's hard.
What's wrong with you? Like what's wrong?
And if you and then my mind also goes to if you can't get along with these two, how you gonna get along with the rest of my family?
I love when you say hey.
I was like, wait.
I love. Oh, we can take shots. No, don't listen.
Don't do that because I got a piece.
Girl, because I'm holding hey, look. Go ahead. Okay, so one at a time, bathroom break, and we
one at a time. You go first.
Go ahead.
Girl, I'm so glad you said that because I was over here squirming like, okay, this is a good conversation, but I need to go to the bathroom. Because let me tell you, I was going to lie and say I needed ice. I was going to lie and be like, I'm going to get some ice real quick, Miguel. I was going to walk right around them cameras.
I got a pee too. I got a pee too. Just saying, like, it's different. It's real. That's funny.
This what happens when you do podcasts for family.
That's what it is. Like, look, we got to pee.
She said that,
we got to pee. This is what it is.
Yes. We all do want,
but look,
we want to all get along.
Yes.
When it comes to the rest of the family, not to be rude, but like I don't necessarily care about approval, but I do want you to get along.
It makes my life easier if you get along with my family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially because our family is so involved. I feel like,
and I love them. I don't plan on not being involved.
Exactly.
You're not gonna make me choose between.
Yeah. Exactly. I had another relationship that was like that, and it wasn't a choosing moment. But this individual, I didn't know when we started dating. I found out after the fact. You might remember. Suffered from social anxiety. We have a family at minimum of 25 when we don't include the extended.
That was the one I was like,
that was the one.
Yes.
I
what
forgot.
Was that name?
I was like, I thought it was like a loofah or some shit she was talking about. She was talking about a whole person. I said, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And like, that
he's in the room.
Oh, many things.
But even the funny thing is, when it was just the three of us, it was still that awkwardness.
Listen, you're not gonna be able to.
You won't man. You won't.
Because listen, if you can't deal, all right. So if y'all don't know, I don't have the name Miguel because it's random. All right, we are half Dominican. Okay, so what that means
Puerto
is
Rican.
we're very and she got Puerto Rican. It's a part. It's some very it's a lot of affection that goes on here.
Yes.
So you might see cousins
in our family,
sitting on each other's laps, smacking asses and things like that, and you be like, wait, what's happening here? What's the dynamic? If you can't even handle
really close family.
Listen, if you can't even, me and my sister almost kids. We hey, go left, I'll go right.
Every time,
we always go.
it's you.
We always go to the wrong side. Wrong way.
Every time.
So you got to understand that, and you know what? But that's a dynamic.
Okay,
that's one thing where I'm pretty sure I know y'all got to do it because I used to do it. Like let me give you a disclosure.
Every time.
We're
And
extremely
I feel like
close.
it's even worse for me because I have three sides of my family. I have my dad's side,
Woo.
which is by itself a whole fucking train, okay? Y'all are a train. I have my mom's side of the family, and then I have my stepdad's side. And they're all pretty active. So to like split my time, and then imagine fitting a boyfriend into that. And then what if he's close with his family and they got a big family too?
Listen, it's a bitch when you gotta
like
do
you
holidays.
think I already split my holidays
when
between three different houses.
your family,
exactly.
it is tough because then you're like, you gotta go to your side. Are you sure you want to go to your side?
Not that this is a requirement, but you know, look,
my side's really fun. Like, you sure?
Let's go over there for about an hour.
But everyone's there now.
We gonna get drunk. We'll have a great time.
We're gonna have a good time. Trust me, you're gonna have a better time.
You'll lie. Like I'm hoping, like this might sound wrong. Just don't have a big family. Like, can you not have a big family? I want you to have a big family because I love having a big family. Because we'll accept you into our family.
What's going to happen when, like, we have kids?
Hello.
You know how packed our year will be. So to bring in someone else to that, I'm like, I just want you to know that there really is something every weekend. Like, I tell people, like, I'm going to be talking to my cousins, and he'll be like, it really takes 6 hours for you to talk to your cousins? Yes. we have a lot to talk about because there's a lot that happens.
And we live together, and that's how it is. So imagine, with you guys, even when we see you, we're talking for hours.
There's like
straight.
so much stuff that, for one,
gotta-
it's
it gotta
3 of
catch
us,
up,
but
right.
it's so much stuff that happens.
What happened with? Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
Especially if we're talking about dating life.
my
What?
God.
Just catching
There's
up with
something
the dates.
like the dating is just like the craziest
So when
thing
once
ever.
Alicia get back,
Yeah.
man, the hell with that. Normally I got 3 other guys here, so I can go pee and then come back. I gotta go pee. Okay, this vodka starting to set in.
I was like, I'm telling you, I'm like,
Vodka
oh my
starting to set in. Bathroom break brought to you by
Look, there you
716
go.
Vodka, and she's back.
Yes,
so
thank
look,
you.
I'm gonna run real quick. I want
Okay.
y'all. I don't care if y'all talk amongst yourselves. I want
We
y'all
can talk. We'll figure it out.
Understand one thing. I want to kind of talk
Leave
about
us with
more
the question, and we'll talk about it.
So we're gonna talk about like in terms of y'all careers and things like that, and where y'all at, and how that may potentially. Because once again, I do get people that text me as we go on, like, because I got a friend of mine said that her folks got a master's, her own place, good job, and all that. And how's that affecting their career? And she's having a hard time. So y'all think about that, because all of that stuff. And then if businesses and all that, I want to need shout outs. Be right back.
I don't know if my job would affect dating. If we start talking in terms of like a salary and money and what we want people to be making, that's a little different. But I don't know if my job currently that I have would affect me in dating.
I think mine does.
Well, yeah, you
I work with
you're
kids. I
And
can't
you
really
do
take
2 overnight
off.
shifts.
Yeah, I do overnight. I have a part time where I do overnight shifts. I don't really take off,
Yeah.
especially my
Mine's a little more free.
full time job. I can't really take off, so it's like,
Yeah.
listen, I got set hours, friend. 3 days a week. We could talk on a
And
weekend.
then it's like with having a big family and then having like your regular like 9 to
I plan
5
out my
kinda
months at the
job.
beginning of the month.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to
So
let
I
me
don't
know
know-
when you
yeah.
want to have a date night
I don't
somewhere.
know if, like mine would.
We gotta plan this.
What was that? Like 3 seconds?
Okay, well, I gotta go.
Welcome back.
Oh my
welcome
God.
Back, welcome back. Look, see, look, last one going.
I know.
All right. Let me slide in.
Oh, the champagne's out a 3rd bottle, and something told me to get one, but then I was like, maybe we don't need
Y'all
it.
empty?
Yeah.
We have. I don't even. Hey, oh, how long we been going so far?
I was
Oh?
about to ask.
I know. I was like, how long have we been talking?
But see, this is the one thing I tell people this all the time. Whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 hours, 1 hour. When people enjoy what you're talking about, with they don't care. Time is not a thing. They don't care about it. It's not a big thing, right? And I think we talking about something that's important to hear right now. Like, especially now, like, for example, Kim posing that question. Like, we doing a whole podcast on that with...
That's a good question
Like,
though.
Because that forces you to look at yourself.
Having to recognize like what's
You gotta
good
look
with
at
me.
yourself. Like, man, what
Because
have I
we'll say
done?
that to each other. Like we'll go through scenarios. You're like, wait a minute. I think is it me?
Like
it
joking,
might be
not
me.
joking. Like, am I the problem?
Yeah, like it might. This
Because
might
the
have
same
been me.
thing keeps happening to me over and
Every
over
time.
again.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's not to say that the man wasn't wrong, but what do I need to do differently?
What person do I need to pick? What traits
Yeah,
do
what
I
am
need
I
to look out
missing
for
here?
to not have this happen again?
An hour? That's how long we been going? That's it?
That's
Oh,
it.
we gonna keep smoking. We good. We good to go.
Like, oh no, I thought he was about to be like, it's time to wrap it
I thought we was
up.
rolling. Like, yeah, because I with answering with that question, right? And we're going to talk to other couples. Well, not couples, but these are single individuals. I think all of them are single or whatever. I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't remember. Those questions, and we're gonna get deep into those questions. And so I thought about myself, like, how can I answer that question?
Because I was gonna say before
How
you
can I
even
answer-
got into marriage, like what do you feel like?
But I
what was
understood. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I got into marriage, I'm like, I'm the shit. I see nothing wrong.
I'm the greatest.
I'm
to
not
walk
saying that I don't have my
You are
problems.
the problem here.
But listen, did he
will take
got
what
some
you
more?
have.
I'm not saying that I don't have issues, but I know I bring a hell of a lot to the table, right? So of course Kim was like, well, you gotta think about it from. So it made me think about in between, like when I through the divorce and before I get with Kim and I'm messing with all these other chicks and things like that. If I actually didn't, if Kim, you know, what would be my issues if I didn't start dating?
You are just
and I
a
understood
joy.
that all of the
You didn't know
things
that.
that I figured out,
Thank you.
all of the things.
So this one's before we get finish. This one's sweet pineapple, and this one's just a regular Pinot Gris. Gio.
Maybe I'll let Lexi have the pineapple. I'll try the Pinot Grigio.
Okay, let me know because it's a drier one. So
Okay, as long as it's cold, I'm normally good.
Yeah, this one's sweet pineapple. So she
Y'all
said you can have that.
Y'all
Right.
see, y'all see
We've
how
only been
we
here for an
doing
hour.
it.
Miguel said we can chop it up.
Yeah, we gonna get into this. I love this. This is good. That's what I'm talking about. I love this. This is great.
I know.
This
Got a
Right?
red on him.
My cup is right there.
Yeah.
He's got a red.
Oh my God, you just a gem.
That's a
Oh my
strawberry.
God,
What is that?
I think
That's that.
we might be okay
Pinot
right now.
Grigio.
This is we might be okay right now, but
I
don't
hope
worry.
y'all seeing this live. Like this is real.
I know.
This is
If you
what.
supply wine, you get brownie points.
This is what any given night with us would look like.
He's just a joy. He's just come with everything. He's
Post
my
this with the most
favorite person.
That's what we do. That's how it is.
Yeah,
right?
that's just.
Yeah.
So,
Cheers to you.
Cheers. Cheers. Oh, cheers. They cheers me. All right. So
Oh, this is good.
she like that, right?
This is good.
Sorry. Okay.
I don't think they go home when they leave here. That's what's up. Like I like this. See, the girls here chilling. I'm glad when nobody else here.
But all you have to do is come to our dining room table. Yeah,
Hello, this is all the
You come
time.
any night
Listen,
of the week, and
any
it's
night
like,
of the
wait,
week.
what happened this
This
week?
is
What's going
If I
on?
didn't have to be at work, damn, I drank all of this.
Yeah.
I think it's another bottle over there, though.
Oh yeah, that's still
Yes, that's
If I didn't have
There's
to,
one right there.
There was nothing in there.
that was 716 vodkas facilitating a good night.
Hello.
Look, damn.
So okay, dating.
All right, back to the dating.
That's what it was. you.
But yeah, like okay, so back to those questions. Like when I thought about what would have been my issues with dating somebody, my issues with dating somebody was, man, I had all of this. You can't be in no committed relationship with somebody and think you're not gonna take no bullshit out of that.
Yeah.
That you need to deal with on your
Yeah.
own, right?
Yeah.
You need to be able to look at yourself and like, I got to deal with that. That was a
Yeah.
problem for me. You know what I mean? You got to be able to do that. And then you take that into another relationship, and you trying to figure out, well, what's wrong with this relationship? You, what's wrong?
Yeah.
You brought it. You gotta.
You like it,
I
and it's
don't-
a hard realization, man.
crazy
It's
to
not
me how
fun.
how somebody can, I call them like a serial dater. Like you break up with one, and then you get right into another.
Literally, we were just talking about that. You need time to look at you and like, okay, well,
What
why
went
didn't it
wrong
work?
with that
What did I not
relationship?
like? What should I look out for next
Yes.
time? If you're always in something, I feel like you never really have time,
never have time.
to look at yourself.
That growth
What's wrong
piece
with
we was
me?
talking about. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta, that
'Cause we all have stuff. No
self-evaluation.
one's perfect. Like everyone's
no.
got something.
And I do a lot of back-to-back dating. So,
But you said
you have
it.
to take the moments. You have
Yeah.
to take the moments in between to think,
To figure
like,
it out.
Number one, the two things I always try to, and I shouldn't say always, but now within the last 2 years, the two things I try to make sure I think about when I'm done is what did I like and what
did
do I
I
want to avoid for
learn?
next
Yeah.
time, or what did I learn?
Yes.
You know, same kind of thing. If you're not doing the like in between work, this is from someone who has always had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
2016 to 2020 was the longest span I've gone as an
Yeah.
adult without a boyfriend. So as someone who's always in a relationship, you do need to make sure that in between you're taking those moments to
Yeah.
figure out what
Yes.
am I pulling from what I
Because
just
if you're
went
hop,
through.
skipping,
Like,
and jumping,
yeah,
to
what
the
are the
next
good,
one.
what is the bad, and what's
How do you
what's
learn
in
what you need to
between?
fix for your next
if you just jump
relationship?
and jump and jump, well, girl, no wonder you still in the same situation. And we love our innocence, but like, you know, you can't expect anything different if you don't take the time
Yeah.
to stop and
To
figure
like-
out what do I like, what do I not like, how do I move differently. I'm just saying.
Y'all funny. Yeah, because literally, like people would think, like you said, when you do one and it's serious or whatever, like it helps you see what it is you want or you don't want, right? So
Literally.
for example,
Yeah.
some people might ask, like, how the hell did you get out of a marriage and then you go into another one real quick? So like one
Because
was,
how long was it for you in between?
one was ending so on paper it was like we were separated a year. So like me and her were apart since 2010. The paperwork and everything finally went through 2012, I think. 2011, 2012. Then by 2012, 2013, I'm already with my now wife, right?
Yeah.
How can you do that? Well, I've been in one. I know what I definitely don't want
Yeah.
in a wife, right? And then you get with somebody and they show you, All the things
Yeah.
they show you none of the, like it's not even a worry. Like that stuff that I don't want, that's not even an issue.
Right.
That's not even I don't even gotta write that down because with this individual that's not a thing, right? And they show you all of the right qualities. Like it wasn't my wife's good looks or booty or any of that that made me say I want to marry her. It was when we were down bad and I was out, and as a man I didn't have a job because I lost my job, and she was willing to go out and sling furniture with me in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, this is a keeper.
Yeah.
Like, this was a keeper. Like I can do this. We're gonna have some shit that we gotta deal with, but I can definitely marry this woman and we can. And since then, it's just been a work in progress.
Yeah.
And then when we did counseling, anybody doing counseling, if you don't do the damn work, it ain't gonna work.
Oh God.
You can go to
without work is dead. Okay,
listen, you can do all of the work. You can go to all of the counseling you want to. But if you do not do the homework that the counselors and therapists are giving you afterwards, that shit ain't gonna make a damn difference. You're still gonna have the same fucking problem.
No.
Period. That's just what it is. Anyway.
Yeah. And same message without the counselor. That's exactly what we're all saying.
Yeah.
In different ways. Like,
Yeah, it's
in
coming out to the same
between,
thing.
if we're not doing the work.
Based on
I
our
do
work.
support counseling 100%.
Oh yeah, most
Oh,
definitely.
that's
Absolutely.
But even if you're
No.
not going to counseling, okay, cool. Then if you are not choosing to
Yeah.
do the work on your own, how do we expect a different outcome?
We're always gonna get the same
Or
thing.
a better situation if I'm
Yes.
currently in
Because
a
then you keep
situation
somehow
and
you
I'm
keep
not-
choosing the same people, and then you're like, well, how am I getting? How did I get here?
What do I need to do differently?
Right.
Not
How
that
do
I'm
you
necessarily
get
the
here?
problem,
What am I
but-
looking
but
at?
What,
Yeah.
what can I
What am
figure
I
out what
valuing
need
that
to do
shouldn't be
better?
valued? What am I looking at that's
inside that I'm attracting that I keep?
yeah.
Because
ignoring?
No, I think
that
what
is
am
a
I doing?
conversation I had to have.
Yeah.
All
I think
those
about
kinds of
that
things.
for
I had
sure.
definitely had to have that, especially with the
Yeah.
type of guys I used to like. Like
Yeah.
they were just not.
Even
what
still
you
now, I'm like,
wanted.
what do I give off? Like,
Yeah,
what do I
like,
girl,
why
look
am I
at this.
I looked
attracting
at Anna, I was
me?
like, I think I'm the problem.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. She's like, I think
I'm
it's
the
me.
problem.
I think it's
Am
me.
I the drama?
No.
Am I the drama? Is it me?
I love
Yeah.
TikTok. We need to talk about this. Stay on TikTok.
It's hard, man.
I think I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
We literally were just. What were we even talking about?
My
Was it a
situation,
situation?
and how
Yeah.
I personally keep ending up in the same things. And I'm like, oh no, you know what it was for me? Here goes some tea for you. All right.
Yeah.
Spill that tea,
I
girl.
keep allowing people who disappear and come back to come back. Right.
And that is everyone. But I mean, it's a hard
It's-
one.
it's
But
a
yeah,
good
that's a
one.
lot of people.
And for me, it's
Us
hardest with
included,
those
like-
people who I felt came pretty close to
Delivering everything.
to being everything that I feel.
that you put in your and it's crazy because it's like, but I'm the one that decided that at some point we're gonna end up like this. It wasn't necessarily you that said it or showed it to me, but I decided that I like you enough and I feel like this is how it's gonna end up. So in my head, this is how it's gonna be.
10 months went by.
Keep dating
And after
magicians,
10
huh?
months, fucking Houdini.
Like goddamn Houdini.
Then I can come back talk about
Cast with a
some,
ghost.
Literally.
Hey,
Hey, my ass.
10 months. Hey.
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 Mind you, you fell off the face of the earth. I promise you, there was no separation. There
You
was
got a
no,
pattern
this
of
is
that?
what I'm going through. Yes. Yes, sir. And that is when I had this moment with Anna, like, I'm the problem. Now, I'm not making
Yeah.
you do that shit. I'm not making you disappear and come back, but I am
Allowing you
it.
to.
I'm
And that
allowing you to come back.
that one is
The
that's
allowing
my
part,
tough.
yes.
And for me, it's hard because I feel like I said, it's the ones that are coming so close in my own mind, at least. Obviously, you don't know until you try it out.
You're right.
But in my own mind, it's the ones that are coming close to being that total package. So it's hard. It's hard for me to like shut the
to
door.
let that go.
on it.
Yes.
Because what if it is? What if they needed time to grow? What if
Yeah.
I need to understand where they came
It's
from?
so many
what if I need to?
double-edged
No,
swords.
I need to stop. I need to
Yeah.
stop because if they wanted to be here, they would
You would
be
be
here.
because then you meet
And
the
that's
people
it.
who like it's very clear to you that like you want to hang out with me, you want to be because you're doing everything you can to make it happen.
Hello. You have the
So
people who put in
can
the
tell.
effort.
You know
Yes.
people who put in the effort and who want to be with you because you can see it.
You can see it.
But then in other people, you're like, okay, but maybe eventually they'll show signs.
but I
Like,
wanted that
maybe
one.
they'll
What
show
happened?
me that like
I wanted that
they
one.
do.
So this one thing I just want to randomly throw this out there. For those of y'all that might be listening or watching and think, oh, well, she's got daddy issues. We have the same daddy. And
Yeah, I
we
know.
don't have a disappearing daddy.
Her daddy's
Always
great.
been
Her dad is perfect.
He's around even when
great.
you don't know that
Yeah,
he's around.
that side of the couch.
Okay?
Honestly, at least he's just
Don't let
really
me
nice.
drive home
Like,
in the rain.
Hey,
Don't let me go in the
listen.
snow.
I
Don't
love
let
us
me be
drive home.
Because he
Right.
texts us all,
Now
like
he
just
does
to
all of
let
them.
you know
Yeah.
it's gonna
Like-
be raining hard. Make
Yeah.
sure you guys are
Yes.
safe. Like
Yeah.
what?
No, it's definitely not one of those situations. I
No.
think for me, a lot of
she's genuinely
a lot of
just
my
really
issue-
nice, and I feel like thinks everyone is as nice and as genuine
my
as she
reason
is.
for saying that is that everything is not something that you can point a finger at. Like I'm like that because some stuff is genuinely yourself, and you just gotta realize
and just how you are.
What is it that I'm doing while I'm accepting this, or I'm attracting this, or I'm taking this in, right?
Yeah, because daddy is the very reason why I don't accept a lot of bullshit. Right. He is him and my stepfather are a lot of the reason why I don't even entertain certain people don't make it that far, because if I've never been treated this way by the people who are supposed to love me the most, I've never been spoken to this way, I've never been handled this way physically, you know, those kinds of things. And you are supposed to come, in my opinion, second to them. You know, nobody will ever love you as much as, like, in theory, as much as your parents do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come second to them. You're supposed to be a close second. If I never tolerated it from them, I never had to because they never did it. Why would I do it from you? Yeah. So my parents actually are a lot of the reason why a lot of people don't even make it that far.
Hello.
Because
what?
I'm not dealing with it. I never had to deal with it, and I'm not going to start dealing with it now.
You can't be raising no man.
No.
Let me tell you, my stepdaddy used to take me on a date every week to show me how a man should treat you.
Sweet.
He was like, if a man doesn't do this, if I do this for you, you should never accept a man not
Lex
doing
is
it
like
for
the apple
you.
of his eye.
What? Like my stepfather is like my universe. I am his universe. I'm the favorite child, but we're not going, go into that.
This is
I won't make them admit that.
You know, but like just those little things, like so it's never about daddy issues, because although it wasn't my biological father, I had a man in the picture to show me what him and my mom have been together on and off since middle school, made it through all the rough patches, whatever. But in growing up, he was like, that Valentine's thing we talked about earlier, it's because I'm not going to let you accept less than what I give you from a man. That was always his biggest thing. You will not accept less than what your father could give you.
And that's shitty for y'all right now.
Hello.
And because the thing is, that's like some people are like, oh, you got high standards. That's not no high standards.
This should be the bare
So
minimum.
That's the bare minimum.
That one is the problem too.
We get so excited by the bare minimum.
The bare
because
minimum.
The bare minimum doesn't happen.
Exactly.
So then these things that should be small things are so important to us because it's like, shit, bitch, you don't find this very You should.
A great example. Okay, so this is just because we giving tea. I'm talking to this person, right?
Oh, yeah.
Great. He's great. I haven't found a flaw yet. Okay, let me be honest. I don't want to sound bitter, so let me do the good side. Okay, I found this man. I won't say he's perfect. Nobody's perfect, but so far he's been great. I told him about a situation I've been stressing, all this and that stuff. This man sent me a whole prayer the next day just to make sure I felt like good. You know how it feels to have somebody pray for you? And I feel like that's something so small that most people wouldn't like see as a big thing. But that just like when you don't receive it, like it's like it's oh my God. Like he prayed for me. Like
that's
what?
Normally somebody might say, well, that's husband stuff. Well, yes, it is husband bros, right? But that's also like real man.
Yes,
exactly.
When you're dating, you have general interest in growing with me. These are the things.
Growth, all of that goes into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it wasn't a little thing because to me it meant such a big thing, but it's something little. Like you took the 5 minutes out of your day just to do that. Not like just we have weekly mental health check-ins.
That's good.
He's like, "How's your mental health doing this week?" Like little stuff like that. Like it's all about the little things that we don't get anymore. Like I feel like those things, like people just overlook them. Like a simple "Good morning, I hope you have a great day" could turn someone's whole day around.
Hello. That's funny. That's funny that you say like the simple good morning. All right, so we got the whole simping thing, right?
I hate that. Read the definition because I'm the old one. I don't even really know what that means.
You the old one? I'm older than you.
No, of the group.
Because see, like,
tell me what it means. What does that mean?
So far, from what I've seen. And I've seen
you show love.
I've seen real niggas be like, if this is what you call simping, then I'm a simp.
Because that's what I
say.
But I feel like everyone is so.
I believe it is beautiful.
Yeah. And you saying it as a bad time.
Yeah,
like,
that confuses me.
Like, nigga, because I'd rather spend time with my girl than you. Like, genuinely, usually,
you're a simp.
Once I start dating somebody like, nigga, I'm not going to spend as much time. I can't get with from you.
I love me a simp. Let me be very clear.
Just genuinely liking someone and showing affection and love and doing, but because in our culture that's so like, oh, nah,
you giving your all to your girl, you're doing this and this.
Look how that. Look how man. Look how the culture and everything. Look how the dynamic of our community has changed to that.
It's literally like
why,
dudes
like
with
that's
dudes
a bad
and
thing.
girls.
Like, why is that
Like
a
we
bad thing?
always joke, excuse me
But-
for being so vulgar, but we always have a joking moment like, do your niggas suck your dick? Because I'm just
No, really.
What is this?
You
Like,
will
what
go
are you
ahead
getting
and
from
say
there?
Thank you, because now I got a title for this episode. Appreciate you.
That's
real.
real. Joking,
Because the
not
amount
joking.
that you want
What?
to be with your niggas. I had a nigga who I had dated at one point in the past. We were out for this man's birthday. You're throwing up, you're sick, I'm here. You still want to do things with me and all this, that, and the third. You call for your niggas when you're throwing up. Where my bro at? Your bro. I'm right here. Okay, cool. Go with
I'm
your bro.
here,
It's
but
cool.
you're looking for your male friend. I'm here. In a traditional moment of you needing to be taken care of, I'm here.
I'm your partner.
But you want to call your bro.
Call
Go to
out
your
for
bro.
your
I'm going to go.
friend.
Go to your bro.
Hello?
You call out
You
for
want your
friend.
nigga to come over?
First of all, what is he gonna do? He's not gonna rub your back
They
or
don't
take
give
care of you.
They do not
You got
care.
dreads, nigga. I'm not holding you.
Hello. So what?
No,
In reality, what is he gonna do besides tell you to get your shit together?
You the next
Hello.
Exactly. You may shield, you may stand in front of to make sure no outside.
But it was
man
definitely
is gonna
talked
come in.
about.
But there's no taking care of. There's no
no
wiping
nurturing
of the
factor.
face. There's no rubbing of the back. You just want to stand there and essentially be like a bodyguard. But you called out for your nigga
And your
instead
girl.
of looking for me.
And like look
It's
at that.
wild.
Like,
And we had dated. Like, this was my ex.
Like,
Like, we had
go
dated
back, like,
before.
years,
Like,
years of history.
okay, so
Yeah.
so look at this, right? I don't know. I'm just thinking of this. Make it make sense, right? So once again, like I said to you, like the product of the male that we have now is because of where it's coming from.
Yes.
You got single mothers who on there. I am woman here.
To be
He
fair
was
with
even
you, though,
with
he's
raised
from
by
a
a single
two-family
mother.
home.
We have a theory if you want to hear the theory.
So
we just
we
came
don't,
up
I
with
want to
the
hear this
theory
thing.
together.
So now in the two. Okay, so once
He
again,
came up, both mom and dad in the household, married together, all that.
but who did the most with him? You
Which
see what I'm saying? I mean, like, was dad allowed to correct what he needed to correct? Did dad? Because just because, and I'm not just gonna say just the male, but just because both parents are there, don't mean that they're
that's true.
present.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's female behavior for him, but the fact that that's who you called out. And I think part of that, not to downgrade my guys, but part of that is because you calling out to your dude because you know this dude has always had my back, right? And now you this new chick in the picture or whatever, even if it's been a couple of years or whatever, still you
Still
ain't
put more faith in your
you put
male
more
With your
faith
dude,
in
Yeah.
with your bro, niggas that will leave you on the side of the road if you drunk. I'm going home. I don't know what this nigga's gonna do, but I'm going home.
I got
But
the
I'm
next
gonna
move
make
to
sure
go
you're
to.
good no
We're gonna
matter
make
what.
sure you're, and that's the biggest thing. Like your girl is always gonna make sure
girl
you're
is
good.
always
Like,
gonna
if
care.
you have the right girl,
Not
if you have the
always,
right girl,
but-
let me say, if you
Yeah.
have the right
And
girl,
And it's not
she gonna make
always,
sure
but
you
a lot
good.
of females. I will not
Because
say all
I thought I
females.
lost Levi one night, but I was like, oh my God.
She was just talking
I
about
was like,
that.
oh, Lord. I said, Slim, Janine gonna kill
She
me.
did what she needed to do to come find
Yeah,
her.
I was like, oh my God.
But a lot of niggas will be like, he gonna make it back home.
And I was like, at
Yep.
one point, I was like, oh yeah, he in the
Come on, man.
bathroom.
To you.
He in the bathroom. Like, I tell him, Clay, when he come back. I was like, I got it. I done sobered up trying to find this nigga. Meanwhile, he outside. He didn't got so fried. He outside behind the pole throwing up and everything. And that's how
Talking about, I see a black car.
He cussing Siri
the
out.
only identifier
He like,
he said.
Siri called Janine doing it. He's like, bitch, that's not right. He, you know what I'm saying? And then when I finally get her hold, and I'm like, Janine, I can't find him. I lost him. Like,
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
She said she got
She's
in the
like,
car
I got him.
immediately.
She's like, I got him.
Called him.
But that's
Like,
what
where
his
are
wife
you?
did. That's what I'm telling
to
you.
do.
Like, not that you weren't willing to do it, but look how she
That
got
is
up and was
different.
like,
Yeah,
oh no,
that's
I'm
different.
going to find my man. It's no I lost
But
him.
also, I brought up different.
Hello.
And how we're raised.
Way different.
Yeah.
Way different.
So women definitely will
But
take
once
care of a
again,
man differently
that
than
bring
how
up
his
my
niggas
point. Like,
will
what's
take
the
care of him.
standard of guys being raised right now? Because it's terrible. Because with things that should be standard for you guys, like the simple things that become so big because you don't see it anymore. That's like dudes won't even come to the door to come get y'all no more.
Hello.
Like,
Or make sure you walk in the house before they pull off. Oh my God.
That's the biggest issue.
Come through. Come through is a big one.
Everything is come through. Niggas want you to just come to the crib. They don't want to put forth effort to. And here's the thing. Everything is all the argument is always you want us to spend money. You want a cheap meal. You want not cheap. You want a free meal. No, it's just the effort put forward. I don't need your money. I can pay for my meal if you want me to. It is the effort that you made a plan. You came up with something. you niggas these days be straight off there when you coming over. I don't want to just be your household. I don't want to just come to your crib and sit in your house. I am social. I like to be out. But then here's the tea. Okay, cool. We get to the point where I am comfortable coming over. I am going out of my way to drive to your home. Let's say it's not within 30 minutes. Now I'm driving farther than 30 minutes. Which means if I'm not at a place to want to spend the night yet, I'm driving home. Niggas ain't on the phone to make sure you make it home safe.
Never.
They're not staying up to make
or
sure.
Or even once they think you made it home, they don't check and be like, even if you don't send the I'm home text, I feel like if you don't be like, did you make it home? Are you safe? We're not going to work because you don't even care.
That's great because look, even Kim and I wasn't even talking. Like, we were just talking. She was still in Kansas City and I was
Kansas.
Kansas Joe. They know.
I was supposed to call her Kim. Now we're still calling her Kim.
Right. Like, are we calling her by her name?
I don't know yet. Let me know.
We make nicknames for everybody.
You know about this, don't we? Yeah. I remember one time she had started working at this bar. And, of course, I'm here and she's there. There's nothing I can do about it. But the whole time she was working, I stayed on the phone with her. And even to when she got off, I'm like, let me know when you home. I can't do I can't do anything. Yeah, but it's something in me naturally, like, I got to make sure that you okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was just cool and just talking all the time on the phone. I just wanted to know you was home safe.
It's something about that, just knowing that someone's going to stay up and make sure you're okay.
So now, like, how was niggas, like, and y'all can't answer this, but how are guys being raised now to where that's not, like, the protective aspect is not even a thing to you? Like,
not for all of them, that's for sure. I'm not going to say every man.
Who don't give a damn about actually dating you. Understand.
Make sure. And it's more of a security piece because if you want me to be as open and free and if we want to bring it back sex freaky, okay, I got to make sure you care a little bit.
If you want me to have that level of comfort with you, you have to show me something. Because,
you know, they say some men only think about sex. All right, let's bring it back to sex. How I'm supposed to be comfortable?
You're not even laying down the brickwork for me to get there.
Like, I don't even feel like I need to show you all the ba-boom, because
when a man is a man, a woman's going to do what she want to do. Like, she's going to be excited and ready when you are a man.
The more fun she's going to have
doing it. Want to do it, I'll do what you want me to do.
Exactly.
Because
of how you are doing. Literally.
Then I'm like, and you want me to suck it? No.
I ain't sucking no.
And I don't got a problem doing it. But if what are we like? What?
Where's the exchange?
I'm sorry.
Put the bottle down.
It's so.
We said we were gonna have a raw discussion.
We here. Just so y'all know.
Some, not all, but y'all want women to be ready to do it all, but what are we getting to feel like we can trust you, to feel like we can open up to you, to feel like we can be comfortable?
Because they want a lot of women to be very like submissive and have a very feminine energy around you. But if I don't trust you as a man, I can't be that feminine woman and I can't be submissive to you. Because I don't trust you. I should have
woke y'all niece up and brought her here so she can hit it. Yes.
She wanted to be here.
She did, but I know she did the modeling thing, but she said she wanted to.
I'm coming too. Well, we got in real late though. So.
Yeah,
we got in late.
It was fun.
Yeah, y'all got in late. Yeah, because it was things, and it's never been a time with her where I haven't been right. Terms of dudes, and you told like with this last one, like, look,
I know, and you just hate that as
it's
a
hard.
Kid.
That's worse.
But I said,
mommy is so good, and I hate it because mommy knows.
Because in the beginning you'd be like, oh, you're just being judgy.
Yeah,
you're just being my mom.
Yeah,
and then at the end you'd be like, damn. Trudy.
He's right.
And that's how
about your parents. This was gonna happen. I'm telling you, this was gonna happen. And I leave it at that. Like, I don't give her I told you so. Just like, so now you gotta add this to the pocket. This adds to this. Like, you gotta understand.
I mean, it's more to learn for sure. You definitely.
I don't get in her dating thing. I give her advice. I leave it at that. Like, because at the end of the day, you still got to make your own mistakes. You still got to learn. You still got to grow.
I mean, if you never do.
This last one was the first time where I stepped in like, all right, because of the way this happened, he will have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And if he can't have a conversation with me, then y'all might as well be broke up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Man, I just
saying?
want you to know your daughter,
Like-
she ready with the old one too.
You know,
She got back.
Layla got Ari.
If anything ever happened to
Layla
Ariana,
got
you don't gotta
Ari.
worry because Layla
Because
gonna be
Layla
here.
catching hands.
As much as
Layla
they
fighting,
can.
Layla fighting dudes, grown men, girl. Layla
but
gonna
I know that about
She
Layla.
was yesterday when she
I
was
know
saying
that
about
about Layla.
the dude. She was saying Ari's like, I'ma stick beside him, and Layla's
Yes.
like, and I'ma stick beside her.
Yeah, she was like, so if that's what you want to do, I'm gonna stick
still
beside
No,
you.
the
but-
moment you don't want to do it, it's
And
over.
not in a moment of I support what you support. In a moment of I will always be your biggest advocate. So I don't care what you find. It can come off a little rough, but I know she means well because she only
And with
wants
everything,
Hello.
she
best for
genuinely
Ariana.
wants what's best for
Literally.
everyone. Like she
Like,
genuinely.
without
And she
a doubt.
heard that biggest thing is you're not gonna do my sister like
Yeah,
that.
that's what
Like,
she
And
said.
everything. You're
that.
not gonna do
You're
my
not gonna
sister
do my
like
sister
that.
like
She feel like
that.
that's a
She like-
beautiful place from where she used to
Daddy,
be.
did they break
It's
up
a
yet?
beautiful thing.
Did they break up yet? Like the other day. She's
oh
like,
Lord,
oh,
this is such a
damn.
beautiful day.
Hey, listen, Layla is.
She's so funny.
She's
I
something
love
else.
But she
her.
genuinely, like her heart, she
But I feel like
cares, man.
you
She
need those
cares.
people though.
gotta
If we're
have
talking
them.
about dating, you need those people who like I'm gonna stick beside you, but no, I think you being dumb
She told
as
her,
hell.
but
okay?
she was like, he a convict. Like he like,
She says what she
she
wants.
said like she went on.
That's my honor. Who says what they want? She don't care.
He don't got no this. He don't got no that. Like, girl, what you doing? Like, Layla's funny.
Yeah.
But you, like I said, you need those people. They're perfect
Yeah.
for, like, especially when you're dating, when you're getting to know different people. You need those people to be like, girl, why you? You know you're
I
not
feel
gonna like
sometimes we can all,
him.
we like us three can be really nice to each other, but I feel like we've all kind of learned each other that like, oh no, she don't really mean that shit. Like, she's definitely trying to butter me up right now. I can see that shit. I've learned that with Alicia for sure because I've like lived with Alicia damn near for so long
Yes.
that like, you lying? You lying like
Yeah.
shit?
You can see yourself.
Yeah, right? Like you lying like shit.
That was my lesson. That was my
I
lesson.
think what was the
This
last
year.
one? I like purposely knew I kept her in my room because I'm like, no, we're gonna figure this.
That
shit
was when we
out.
were sitting on the floor and
Yeah.
I was talking about how do you know? This is
Yeah.
the question. Okay,
Yeah.
so you know that no one will ever be 100% perfect, right? You should never go into dating
Ever.
thinking that someone's going to be
no
everything
one
you
is.
need and nothing
Absolutely.
that you don't want, right? So I was like, my biggest problem, this was the last man that I dated. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. We were just talking. So whether you call it talking or dating, I don't know. But we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. But
Yeah.
we were, what word am I looking
Entangled.
for? No, we were,
Exclusive?
there we go. Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Sorry. In my head, I wanted to say committed, and that's not what I was looking for. We were exclusive.
Exclusive.
But we were not yet boyfriend and girlfriend.
What is exclusive?
Meaning that I'm
We're
only
only talking
to you
to
and
each
you're
other.
only talking to me. We're not like messing with multiple.
Just wanted people to hear these definitions.
Yeah.
People like, well, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, but we haven't yet said, I want you to be
want you
my
back.
boyfriend,
Right,
you know,
right,
kind of thing.
right, right.
So I was sitting on the floor and I was like, my biggest problem here is how do you know? I'm just going to speak candidly because I can't
Yeah.
keep trying to.
You can't.
How do you know
wanna-
how much annoyance is okay?
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to be happy with you all the time.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
going to be times when I'm annoyed
What's
with
the
you.
little? What's the
How much annoyance is it okay to have? And then how
Yeah.
much takes you to the point where it's like,
This isn't gonna work.
this ain't gonna work. Because I look at my parents, like I said, I've had a very good example. I love my mama. I know my mama's annoying. I know my mama.
Girl,
I
mine
love her.
too.
I know she's annoying. My daddy.
I mean, he's a tough
I
cookie.
know daddy is annoying. But my mother, at least, is in a relationship. My mother's been married to my stepfather since 2001 at this point. So we're going on 20 years. My stepdad's been in my life since I was 8 years old.
He has forever though. Like
Yes.
I don't remember a time without
he's a
Uncle
cool-
K.
Without Uncle
Honestly,
K.
I
That's
don't
so
remember
cool.
a time.
So I'm like, you're never going to be perfect, right? So how
Yeah.
do you know when you
What's
cross
okay to
that
deal with?
threshold and now I'm annoyed to the point where I don't need to
We
be with
sat
you?
and talked about this shit for like 4 hours.
So we tangled it, we teased
kept
it all
going.
the way out, back
Yeah.
through all of my relationships. And I forget what was the moment, but I think you said something along the lines of, well, think about a friend of mine. I won't insert names, but
Yeah.
a close friend of mine, like, you know, they have their annoyances with each other, but they still want to be with each other. And
Yeah.
then it clicked to me, and I was like, oh, shit. You may still be annoyed, but the important part
still
is
wanna be
the
with
I
them.
still
annoyance
wanna be
doesn't
with
make me
you.
not
It doesn't
want to be
outweigh,
with you.
yeah.
And that's how you know whether you've crossed that threshold or
And
not.
look, that's what your sister just said.
Kim?
She said when you can't see yourself without them,
Yeah.
when the
Yes.
little annoyance don't matter and
Literally.
are no
Yeah.
longer big, that's how you know.
And
And I think that's when we
That's
genuinely
a
figured
big
it out.
thing.
Though.
Yeah,
It's
because that was
like,
the last time
yeah.
I was dating. It was like, he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy, but he does do things that annoy me. Again, we've got a good core. We're getting to this place where I just need to find that person that clicks because I'm meeting good people. They're not people that are shitting on me, and none of that stuff. He was a very nice person, very good person, but I found him so annoying. There were so many other things that he did that just really, really annoyed me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but he's a good person. So do I ignore the annoyances and take the person? Because now I'm in a space in my life where I'm trying to not give so much of my time to things that I should know are not worth it. Yeah, so literally, while I sat back and thought about a past individual that I will say, in love with, it was that aha moment as Anna said it. Like, well, think about your friends. She is annoyed by him. He may be annoyed by her, but they still want to be in a relationship. Yeah. And then it was like, damn, I was annoyed by this past ex, but there was almost nothing he could do that made me not want to be with
no
him.
matter what. Yeah. And then, but then you look at it and you're like, damn, I've only liked like 3 people in my life.
That was the hard reality. I
Holy
shit. Only loved that type of love.
Yeah, like when you look, you're like, damn, that's it.
Because he was the only person thus far that has not.
Yeah, like that's where you make your standard at.
Yeah.
Because like
this shit is stressful. Fuck that.
Those things that I do that my wife is annoyed by me by, and this she got things that she do that annoys me. But you get to a point where like you ignore it, you don't even pay attention to it.
I see past those things.
Yeah, you want to be with her. Like, you're still okay with being with her.
OCD about some
like,
stuff.
You still want to.
I don't give it. Like, whatever. You gonna do. And it's things that at one point we might have argued about, but like, nah, I don't argue with you. Go ahead, have your moment. And you do your thing. Like, that's just what it is. Like, you like you said, you look past those things. It ain't that serious. But if it's annoying you, where you like,
I don't even want to be around you.
Like,
I gotta get dressed to go out.
Ask your man.
I was like, but I don't want to go.
That is a huge sign.
I feel like we have less moments of, bitch, you shouldn't be with him, and more moments of, let me see how we can help each other tease it out. Less of Layla. We love Layla. Yeah. We haven't come to the Layla point with each other yet. But we have more moments of let's sit down and figure out together how do we tease it out and help each other figure out how to answer those questions.
But that's also knowing where y'all at. You might not need, you three specifically may not need the Layla aspect.
No. Right.
Yeah. Y'all have found a way to
because I feel like we talk so much and enough that like
y'all can communicate each other now to where it's almost just like a look like. And she like, oh really?
Yeah. Okay. I think with her latest one, I feel like that's when we were like, girl, come on.
Okay, I
know.
Literally. As soon as the light bulb turned on, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, we
do that, but we just wait for you to know that type of thing.
I was like, damn, I guess I do know.
Yeah. But sometimes you do gotta let everyone figure it out for yourself. Because even if you know, when I felt like I didn't like the last one, for her was when he because he had some conversation with her. What was it about? Like nipples being out and like the outfits you can wear. Yeah, it was that one. Like, that one comment right there.
It was the lashes for me.
It's been 2. It was the lashes and then the outfits of what. He didn't like what women could wear.
Because it wasn't me. He wasn't telling me.
It wasn't that.
But we were having
it was what he would say. But you could be in tight shorts, and people could see.
Out. Let's call it spec.
And you could see
gym videos. He looked good. He looked good. He was sending me gym videos, and I was like,
it was that time right there. I was like, I don't know about this, because at least you're not on that type.
Hold on. We're gonna put our foot down right
here. Even if she's not gonna be out there, and I'm not gonna be in like skimpy things with my vagina out. Alicia is very much so like a women empowerment kind of thing. They still can do what they want, even if I don't do it. Women can do it.
I was like, so hold on.
Yeah, but
you don't want to see your girl in overly revealing clothing.
Yeah.
But I can see your dick and balls right now.
And you're in the gym, bro.
You have me all the way fucked
You about to be squatting. Things about to be out.
I personally don't want to wear that super revealing outfit. What I can't sit with is that's your mentality.
Yeah, and that's how you feel.
I know my wife about to comment. I'm waiting. I know I'm about to get a text message about this one.
No, it was
because she be like, hey, You going to the gym in those?
I was like,
Hello?
it's over for those shorts. If you
Smile.
don't have any
She said, "What the
it's
shirt look like?
over for those
Hello?
What the shirt look like? Was your dick is on? You can't wear those." I'm like, it's not
The
on.
audacity.
Sometimes
The
you do.
audacity.
But you have to think about it from her perspective. What would you want her to wear? You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't want me to wear an outfit like that.
For me, that was mine. I was like, oh, I don't know about this. She's not gonna
You
last
gotta
too long
have
with this
a
one.
conservative mindset of what your woman is supposed to do. But you are thirst striking every time.
Hello?
Yeah.
And
then it was the eyelash one. The eyelash one after that. Those
Listen,
two.
you know, I ain't gonna put myself too far out there, but we're all reaching moments of growth. I put on an outfit that I wouldn't normally wear, trying to step. Oh, you saw me in that pink dress for Lexi's party.
For
Yes.
Lexi's
Outfit I wouldn't normally.
She looked
wear.
bomb.
I felt
First of
great,
all,
right?
bomb.
Hair done. I think I put a little glitter in my hair. I did put lashes on, which I do.
Had the bun.
Lashes
We
on.
all
Yeah,
put lashes on. We want to feel cute, like.
So I
Yeah.
take my selfies and I send them to the individual that I was just talking about, who we were not boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were in an exclusive type, dating situation. And this was the very first comment. You're wearing eyelashes?
He missed all.
Didn't
that's
comment
what
on her how
That's what
she
you're worried
looked.
about.
Nothing.
So and then definitely after that one, I was like,
Far
oh
from
no,
it.
I'm good.
Hello, that was
Doing
it
for
for
half
me.
the night.
Yeah.
That was it.
I feel cute. I feel pretty, but the one thing you want to comment on is like, oh, your lashes.
And I
you
get
wanna wear
okay.
those.
Every man doesn't prefer lashes.
That's
cool.
okay. Now's
Keep
not
your
the time.
opinion to
Now is not the
yourself.
time,
Now's not
and
the
now I
time.
know what kind of man I don't need to be with
Yeah,
you.
we can talk
It's
about
okay.
it tomorrow, but right now, when
Now
I
is
just
not
sent
the
you this
time.
picture, but then you
I
want to know
feel
what's key?
cute.
Then he got annoyed later on. In fact, he told me that he got annoyed that I posted a similar picture on Instagram. I don't mean no harm, but fuck you. I sent you a good picture, and your first thing to say to me was, "Oh, you wearing eyelashes? Nah, you look so pretty. You look beautiful. I wish I was."
It's
there.
okay. I'm gonna go get these hard eyes from someone else.
Hello,
Don't
we're
even
not
worry about
together.
it.
My pictures on Instagram. But when I sent it to you, the only thing you could do was criticize.
Yeah.
Hello.
This is good segue, right? My homie Kia just sent me. So she
God.
said, Ben, all of that, what you just said, right? The eyelashes, you picky about certain things.
Yeah.
What's your deal breakers?
Ooh.
We're going on my list.
We are writing.
We are
Okay,
writing
wait,
a
wait,
list.
Deal breaker.
Each one of y'all
Deal breaker.
Give me
Okay.
deal breaker.
Okay.
Deal breaker.
Lisa, you go first.
All right.
Like, okay,
trying
let's
to
say,
think.
when we say deal breakers, let's say.
I don't want something obvious like no cheating.
let's
Like
say-
I don't want to
like,
say anything
let's
like
say
that.
within, let's say, first 2 to 3 dates, deal breakers. Something like you.
Okay. First 2 to 3 days.
Not no shit that somebody
Deal
show you like
breaker.
6 months, like something.
Yeah, like something.
So
Like
I
something
will
quick.
say one of them is that, how do I wear it in a one word though? Like that protectiveness. I don't know if it's necessarily protectiveness, but that going back to making sure you make it home
Right, I
safely,
care.
making
I
sure
show that I care.
caringness. Like I need to know like you're
if that's not
interested.
there,
Yeah.
then that's a
that's a
deal
deal. Because the last date I went on, I already didn't feel like the date was, good, but when I knew for sure, he never texted me to make sure I made it home. Never texted me the next day. Like that's a
the
deal
thing,
breker
yeah.
for me. Like
Safety, security. all
yes, so that's I will say that was one of my biggest deal breakers between the first 2 dates.
I'm trying to think of a date I went on. Okay, okay. I don't know if it was a deal. I mean, I guess I didn't talk to him anymore, so I guess it was a deal
It's a
breaker.
deal breaker.
But like, he just kind of felt like, I don't know how to explain it. So we get there on the date, and as soon as he sees me, he's like, "Oh, you're a catfish," and I was just like.
And first of
I'm
all, my
like,
bitch ain't
"Ooh,
never a catfish.
So like he's joking, but like he's very stern on like that I'm a catfish. And then after that, the rest of the date kind of just like went to crap. But then it was also like every time I feel like he felt like I liked him more than like he was a little too cocky and within himself. Like you just felt like I liked you a lot more than what I did,
Right.
and that's a turn off. So I don't want to say it's a deal breaker. I guess I don't know if that's a deal breaker or a turn
That's a
off.
deal breaker. That's a level of.
If you're too into you and don't
maybe
realize how much I'm not
arrogance.
into you, like
Yeah.
calm down.
There's a
Like
level
I
of
don't
arrogance to that,
like.
like-
And then I feel
Yeah.
like in calling me a catfish, are you trying to say?
As
What
soon
you
as
trying
I
to
sat
say?
down.
Like,
And then he's like, "Oh no, like I was joking, and I was like, okay, well, don't. I just met you.
I
Why
don't
would
know
say
how
that?
you
When we
joke.
know-
I
when
don't
we know what
know.
catfish is,
Yeah.
like, nah,
I'm a
that's-
cat. Like, are you
so
stupid?
So that arrogance, that aspect. of
That
it.
Yeah,
one.
that's
that
a deal
one,
breaker.
Yeah,
Hey,
that one. I'll do
I
it.
had a chick tell me that I was gonna come back. She said, "Oh, you be back." Oh, really?
I won't.
Okay.
And then it's just like off the
And
fact
we-
that you just said that. I won't.
I'm not gonna
Even
come
if I
back.
was
If I
going
was-
to come back,
point now.
I ain't
If I was thinking about
not.
that,
Yeah,
I would,
like,
because
I'm
you ain't
not.
all that.
Yeah.
Like, just be clear.
You know what? Too people who like try to have sex like don't read the vibe. Like try to have sex way
Lord
too soon.
knows.
Like first
I
date,
found
first
it. I know
message.
mine.
What's-
I don't like a person man or woman, but I don't like a person that cannot read cues.
Yeah, read the room.
That is one of my most frustrating things. I need you to be able to read a cue because I don't want it to always have to be this awkward moment. There's nothing wrong with vocally speaking your mind.
But if I'm not that person to always vocalize,
energy in the room.
Yeah.
When you cannot read the energy in the room, that is very frustrating to me.
Yeah.
I think that's not. I think that comes with like experience. You know what I'm saying? I think
that is so frustrating.
I think
to
in
me.
enough he's not been in enough situations, or he
Read
just
the
completely
energy
blind
in
to
the
be able to pick
room.
up. Like, all right,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know another one. This guy that we nicknamed Cavante. That wasn't his real name. That's what we nicknamed him. My number one turnoff for him was individuals who move by the word of spontaneity. Listen here. I don't have an issue with spontaneity. I am a surprise loving bitch. I love me a surprise.
Hello.
So be spontaneous all you want. Here's my problem. When you are so, and maybe this isn't the issue that you're moving off of spontaneity, but that you are stuck in your own ways, so much so that you're not willing to read the current situation we have in front of you. This man was insistent on not being a planner. I'm someone who likes to move spontaneously. I plan things spontaneously. Okay, here's what the planning looked like. I worked in Tyson's Corner, and I lived in Bryan's Road. If you do not know where Bryan's Road is, I am not
areas,
surprised.
they're very
Think
far
about
from
Waldorf.
each other.
And when you imagine Waldorf,
Go past
it is 20 minutes farther than Waldorf, which means to get from Tyson's to Waldorf, I have already gone through the
If you know the St. Charles Town Center, go 25 minutes past
So
that
for those of
shit.
y'all that ain't even in our area don't understand it, you looking at about a 45-minute to an hour ride.
Now we're talking rush hour, so it's easily
It's
hour to two,
Yeah.
right?
Easily.
So I got off work at between 4 and 4:30.
Especially
at
at that time.
Thank you.
Hello.
At 5:30, I would get messages all the time. Meet me in DC. Well, boo boo, I've already passed DC. If you had intentions to meet up with me today, so maybe I'll put that as my pet peeve, not being intentional. Forget everything I just said. The deal breaker now that I'm learning my own self, that I will not deal with anymore, is people who are not intentional. I don't have a
That's so
problem
good. You
with
just
surprises.
learned that just now. on this podcast.
Vocalize
Way
it.
to go,
See that?
Miguel.
We grow around here.
Progress.
I don't have a problem with surprises, and I don't have a problem with spur of the moment plans, right? But when the spur of the moment hasn't been working, let's read that and let's move differently. So it would be let's meet me in DC for happy hour, right? Well, boo, I've already passed DC and I'm about 30 minutes from home. I'm not turning back around. Got this whole spiel. Mind you, we had already tried to hang out at least 3 times prior to this. We had had one successful date, but we had tried to hang out 3 more times spontaneously. Spontaneity had never worked out, whether it be my schedule, his schedule, what have you, right? Got this whole spiel. Oh, I feel like I'm your coworker. I need to send you a calendar invite because you can't just do things spur of the moment. Let me do the hanger for you, right? I said, that's cool. You want spur of the moment? Come meet me at the Harbor, where it's only 20 minutes from my house. Come meet me in Waldorf, where it's only 20 minutes from my house, and we can do spontaneity. I didn't get another message about spontaneity because
that's
it's
an
spontaneous when it's
On
easy
my
for
end,
you
if
because
I
you live in
have
DC.
it's what's convenient. It's not spontaneity for you. It's convenient.
It's convenient. I don't live in the
Yes.
city. You
Yeah.
do, and that's rude of you.
Yeah, the
to
spontaneity
constantly expect
aspect.
me to on the fly be prepared to drive to DC, and here we go again with that drive my ass home piece because you don't think about the fact that you're inconveniencing
So a deal breaker
me.
for you is not putting no work in.
That's the.
If I'm the only one putting the work in,
The
then
intention.
no,
There's no
yeah.
intention.
That's an
You
excuse.
you just flow shit out your
Yeah.
mouth without thinking about
So
it.
it sounds good. Let me put a big word onto that. Spontaneity. You put the big word on there, right? And then, so now when you tell it, it's to you. When you tell it to somebody else,
Oh, so fancy.
I tried,
It's
but
lack of
she ain't
intent.
never.
Because that's the one that people love to do.
Yes.
I tried. For
I
everything, I
It
tried.
was me. I gotta send you a calendar
So then
invite.
it takes the finger off of them.
Yeah, and puts it on you.
And I took a
'Cause
moment.
to say-
I said,
'cause
let's
listen,
pause.
To say I'm spontaneous, you don't ever plan anything. Come on, Joe. Like you don't.
Are you
ever,
really spontaneous?
If you really wanted to meet
To meet me.
for drinks.
If that's what you,
Because
because
that's still
again,
spontaneous. If we wake up, we talked all day yesterday.
Just text me this
And
morning.
then we wake up this morning and it's like 10 o'clock. you know what? Let's grab drinks.
I wanna see you
I
today.
say, hey,
Yeah.
can you meet me for drinks? That's still spontaneous.
Hello?
Spontaneous don't got mean I send it to you at 4:05 and then 4:15.
Baby, if you would have called me an hour ago at 3:30, I could have met you in DC.
Yeah. Again, it goes
almost
back
home.
to if you want to hang out, we gonna hang out.
You would've put forth
But
the
if you don't
effort.
really want to hang out, we're not gonna hang
Hello?
out. Then it's gonna be what's convenient for you.
Let me ask you this. Okay, all right, we gonna have to start winding it down, right?
I know.
So with the all right, so now we in the age of the Ubers and the Lyfts. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, I feel like I know where this is going.
So you meet a dude, and my man wants to take you out. But for whatever reason, give you this. Let's just say, because of the way time is now, you don't even want him to come pick you up yet.
Because that's the thing for some women.
You don't even want him to, because you don't want to see where I live. Whatever. We don't know where this is going. This is our first date, right?
Okay.
So, but mind you, he still asked you out.
Okay.
But you made it clear, like, but I don't want you to come get me, whatever. Are you is it a bad thing if he don't pay for your Uber to get to where you at, or should he pay for your? He asked you out.
Yes. Okay.
Does he?
And he
pay for
asked
the
to
Uber?
come like pick me up and all that
No,
stuff.
I feel like if you decline for him to pick you
yeah.
up, then it's your
If
obligation.
you say no, don't pick me up, then I don't mind.
Well, now I get why you would
paying
say
for
no.
it.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong in saying no,
Yeah.
but because he gave you that option in picking you up, then I feel like because I said no, I'm
It
gonna pay
wouldn't
for
bother
my
me
Uber.
to pay for the Uber
Yeah.
if you already asked me and I said no and I said I would do the Now,
It's a
good
plus
thing
if
for
you
you to
do.
do,
Hello.
a plus for you is to definitely pay for it. But
Because-
I understand if you don't because it's like, well, girl, I offered it to pick you up and you don't want me to. So I get it, but it's a really good thing if you offer.
Me personally, if I'm in dating in this situation and I ask you to come out and you don't want me to pick you up, I'm gonna take care of the Uber. Because to me, I look like that's still an extension of me coming.
Yeah, it's still like a date. Yeah.
If it wasn't, and hear me on this, it's the same thing with marriage. Y'all cannot become a wife unless a dude asks y'all to marry y'all.
Exactly.
Right? And no matter how much of wifedom, I don't even know if that's a word, wifedom you ready for, if dude don't propose to you or he don't ask you to be a wife, you will never be a wife.
Exactly.
So in the same thing, like if I ask you out on a date and you make it clear, like, you know what, I don't want you to come. All right, bet I'm gonna send you. That's just me. Like I'll still take care of that Uber.
So we
Again,
can't
you're a
find
rare
anymore,
breed,
yeah.
okay?
Right?
You're all
Right?
gone.
Like
That's
still.
why we say our family spoiled us a lot.
Like you give us high
Spoiled
expectations.
so much.
And the bad thing is, it shouldn't even be high.
It's
Exactly.
basic.
I mean, as simple as like,
Basic.
Alicia wanted a drink. I shook her drink in ice and
She
poured
knows
it
I
in
like
her
my
cup
drinks
because I
cold.
know how she likes her drinks. It's simple shit like that. That's like, no, I don't know if I can have a man because like I
gonna
give
do
her
that
man
for
disclaimers
me?
like
You know how my
if she's
family
hurt,
treats me.
like make sure you're nice to her because the whole tough love shit don't work with her.
I don't like
Gotta be
it.
nice.
And that man that was dead, when I would get hurt, he'd be like, suck that shit up. I'm leaving you. I already gave you a warning that that's not my personality. I don't
suck
like
that shit up with me. I'm
No,
not like
you
that.
just come over here and ask me what I need.
Do you need a
I hit my
band-aid? You need
toe.
rub it?
Come look at my toenail. Make sure it's not broken.
All right, one more. So this is another extension of that, right?
Okay.
Kim just asked this. So he asked to take you out on a date.
Okay.
His car breaks down. He's like, "Can you pick me up?" What's the situation?
You have a car, so
I might go pick you up.
I did it. I did it. So I will do it. I already have done it when your car has
And it's
broken
like,
down,
it's
so
not,
I've done
how
it.
can I blame you if your car broke? You have a car.
We're
Like,
not hard to work with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now,
Like,
I will
the
say
car.
there are times that I will just be like, all right, but can you drive my car? Because I don't feel like driving. Can you at least drive this car?
I'll pick you
I've
up,
done that.
but drive us to the date and drive us home type
okay,
thing.
so even if y'all drove to him, you're like, yeah, but I don't want.
It depends on how
Yeah.
much I like. If I like,
And
so
how
there's
much
been
I
two
trust
people
you in
that
my
I
car.
genuinely like that I've trusted them with my car.
Oh, okay.
And like their car was messed up, so I
I
was
don't like
like,
when people push
cool.
on my pedal too hard, so I'm gonna be like,
What do you mean? You don't like
I
nobody hit the
don't know
gas?
why it really frustrates me when people like slam all the way down on it.
I
It
don't
just
think
really
about
makes
that.
me
That's
mad.
just
I
like-
don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
I
her.
had one guy do that to my car, and for whatever reason, it spoiled it for me. So I'm okay.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Oh, I
like
got
that.
time for one more question. You good? Oh, bet. So look, all right. So we'll shut it down with this one. Right?
Okay.
Don't offer.
Don't tell me.
more to drink.
Oh, you don't know us. Don't offer us more drink.
Broncos and Colorado.
It's a dangerous tribe.
So
You're
look,
right. You're a
so
joy. We
might not end this yet. Then we
A
might end up
joy.
still going.
Turn the camera off.
Look, y'all rolling. So look, all right, career wise, right? All right, and
It's so much.
I want y'all. What do you do? Sis,
All right, I am a registered behavior technician, and what that means in normal terms is that I provide behavior therapy. Any behavior you want to see increased, we can teach. Any behavior you want to see decreased, we can teach. I primarily work with children with autism, but it does not only work with children with autism, but that is my specialty, children with autism. So that's what I do. I'm a behavior therapist. I teach behaviors and I decrease behaviors.
Side hustle.
All right. And my side hustle, I do have a creative business where I make all things decor, shirts, party shirts.
Thank you.
Birthday banners, cake toppers, cupcake toppers. The very shirt you have on right now, that decal you have on your wall. Honestly, even things I don't know how to do, if you bring it to me, I'm gonna figure it out.
She's crafty.
Yeah, like I do that on the side. It's not my main hustle, but it's my passion. So I've made my passion my little.
All our holiday shirts and everything.
Yeah. I make cups.
Ariana's already said we're gonna do like Christmas pajamas.
I'm not. Whatever. My shirt that says I need a little bit of Jesus. I need a lot of Jesus.
And a lot of
Jesus. She made that. Yeah.
That's my side hustle.
So Lexi, what do you do?
I'm a full-time nanny. I take care of infants, and then I also,
And you just made that switch recently.
Yes, I used to work with elementary school kids. So it's been since June, the end of June, that I became a nanny. Sweet. So much better.
Roomy.
So I am now a durable medical equipment coordinator. So I track and
she's a boss.
I track and dispense medical equipment for a pain management company. So I have to keep track of it. When I'm there, I have to help so think of like neck braces and ankle braces and wrist braces to patients. I'm the one that dispenses that, but keeps track of it also for my whole company.
Can you give me one of them back jumps where you
She need to give me a posture.
I
We all need braces in this.
So my girls are doing good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now let's
dating
in terms of that. Like,
Dating,
is it an issue with in terms of what you guys make and what you're doing? And
Ooh,
if a
money,
guy,
that's another one.
Yeah, money.
I think we've all come to the conclusion that we just want you to be at minimum where we are.
Where we are or above is what I prefer.
Be able to keep up with the lifestyle.
I don't need you to shower me. I mean, not to say I wouldn't love it.
It's nice.
But if you shower me with everything and you pay, if you do all those things, that's lovely.
But at minimum, can we be at the same
If everything could be like a half and half, we go on this date, you pay, next date I can pay, we go out of town, you pay for this, but I pay for this and it equates to that. Like, I'm okay with things like that. You don't have to pay for everything.
And I also feel like a lot of women aren't okay with spoiling their men too.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Like,
as long as you show me that you're worth
as long
doing
as
it
you
for,
can
though.
match it.
Because it will take some time for me to get to that point. I will not lie. I am not going to
But you
do
have
that
to be
out of the
able to
gate.
match it. Like, I'm
just
not saying I'm just going to spoil you just because I like, nah.
But if I like you, I feel like men
to-
just need to realize if when you
yeah.
really are a man and you do right by a woman, not all women again, but a lot of women will show you another side to them that you haven't seen yet, because you have become the man that they have wanted and have talked about.
You have unlocked that part of her where she feels comfortable doing.
And again, not all women do this, but a lot of women do.
And you know what? I learned this past Father's Day that really, as men, we get what we get what we've been asking for years.
Yeah.
Father's Day get here. What Daddy tell you he want?
Didn't he give like an Amazon list?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, he did. He did. He gave. If it wasn't this Father's Day, it was last Father's Day. But he gave us an Amazon list.
Oh well, see, that's different. Because if you ask him, nothing.
Well, I mean, yeah, he always does say nothing.
Even when he asks me, I'm like,
he says nothing.
One of these years, he finally. I know what you're talking about. He finally gave us an Amazon list one year.
Like,
but for the most part, yes.
So we get that. So then we don't know how to act when we get a woman that shot. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, Kim told me, she finally back working full time. She was like, I'm so excited about Christmas this year. I want you to give me a list. And I was like, a list? What the fuck?
That shit is exciting. When you
Hello.
can go, even like for y'all, when I'm like, oh my God, when they want it and I know I got it.
And
I'm
their
gonna get it for
reaction is
y'all.
going to be so nice.
She's like, I hate it. She's like, it sucked buying you gifts because it was your money. Like you was just money. you
that the
paying for
same?
yourself. Paying for yourself.
Yeah,
Like, so
it's different.
I was like, all right, man, I gotta.
When you can spoil your man and you're happy to spoil them, it's a different kind of feeling. And I feel like you get a different reaction from it.
Yes. I be ready to pass.
Because you know, I
that's how it doesn't
together,
happen.
get fast
Mine
minutes
ain't too
and
fast.
everything.
Mine probably a little too slow. Mine
you got all three,
gotta
and
lock
she's
mine in
the
a cage.
extreme.
Yeah.
I'm the medium. This is the I ain't doing
I am
this.
immediately
You
ready.
sure you
My
need socks
mind-
right
Yeah, like I'm very
Like, you
my
have
mind
all
turning
different-
immediately, and I have to remind myself. Has he shown you? Are we supposed to be
Yeah,
spending
no.
this kind of money?
Hello.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think we're supposed to be spending it.
So is it a red flag for a dude? So say you made a dude right, and he's not making like where you are, right? Less. Let's say you crank it 80.
Okay.
Let's say you crank it 80 a year. My man only doing 50, right?
Okay.
It's 2-part question. So is that a deal breaker?
Are we currently
Are there
striving for
goals?
something more?
That's why
Yeah.
I'm about to ask.
Yeah. If you are okay with where you're at right now, then
It's
it's
a no.
It's a deal breaker. Yes.
It's a no.
No.
If you're okay with where you
Yeah.
are,
If you
you're
want
okay
to
with
be
being at
better,
50,
then we can talk
it's a
because
no.
that's fine.
Daddy afforded me a very lavish lifestyle growing up, and I have
Mommy did
zero
as well.
intent to stop it. I want to keep traveling. I want to keep being comfortable. I say that I'm comfortable right now, but as that is what I'm striving towards, to be like what I saw.
It's a
we
goal.
were traveling as children, going Florida, Hawaii, Bahamas.
Florida,
I
wow.
want to keep that going. So if at 50 you're okay with 50, you're not okay with me.
Yeah.
But if at 50 you know that you want more, we can work with that.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fine. That we can.
Because
talk
my
about
goal
that.
is
That's
always,
fine.
what I always say is, as long as you're okay with building yourself up, I
Yeah.
can work with it.
If you're cool with
Yeah.
where you're at and your lifestyle fits 50, I know my lifestyle doesn't.
It don't fit
Hello.
50.
For
I'm
what
not
I
gonna
want
hold
for
you.
myself, I know 50K doesn't. For
And it's,
me.
again, it goes
And
back
that
to
doesn't
knowing
mean for everybody,
yourself.
but for me, it doesn't. For me and what I want
See,
for
this
me
new
and my
age.
future children, it's not what I
That's what I'm
want.
trying to get myself to, because
Yeah.
I'm not there. So
Yes.
it's not even like a moment of, oh, I want him to be this, and no, I'm striving to get there too. So all I need to know is that you are too.
Yeah.
That you're striving.
We want the
But
same
if you live a
outcome
more
for our
humble,
children.
simple
We want
lifestyle,
things to go
I
the
already
same.
know.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people are like,
I
we can do drive-throughs and drive. Like, we can go to.
Kim and I be watching House Hunters and shit, and the spectrum of what people want in their houses be so different.
Yeah.
You got one dude that he wants to live in the woods in a cabin, and then you got this chick, she wants to live in a condo.
Hello.
Yeah, you
How
gotta
in the
figure
hell
that
y'all
out.
I want the
compromise that?
3-car garage
You
with the
gotta-
trees all behind me, with the windows in the back. I know what I want.
Like,
So that's why I'm saying know yourself.
Yeah.
When you know what you want, you know what's going to click well with you. I don't got no business clicking up with no individual. It's nothing wrong with wanting the simple
Absolutely
things in life.
nothing.
But I know that I want to travel. I'm not necessarily here for things. I'm here for experiences, and I will always spend my money on experiences. You want to go
A
out to
vibe.
eat? Hello.
Y'all ever seen that meme? I always spend my money on a vibe.
I will always choose a
to the
vibe.
core, I'm always gonna spend my money on a vibe.
You're somebody
I'm
who's
always
That's why I
gonna
rather
love
be
y'all.
at home
That's why I love y'all
with-
stories, right? Because even y'all might not even be nowhere for real, but y'all jazz y'all
Just wanna
stories.
be out.
I'm like, shit, it look like they turned up.
Yeah.
And y'all might
You
be
just wanna
out
be
there
out
living
having
with
Exactly.
shit.
We just want
Vibe.
a vibe. We want a nice time. I will always spend money for the vibe. I
I
will always spend
go
money
wherever
for a
y'all at. I
vibe.
don't have a problem with that ever.
It's
Ever.
As long
good.
as you have goals for
As
more,
long as
and
you-
I have goals
yeah.
for more, and the goals actually look like they're aligning with what you're
Yeah.
doing. Because it's one thing to talk about it. If you ain't doing it,
Especially if you're not making the
If all
steps
the
to
cards
doing
align
it.
in the correct way and you still want more for yourself, but you're making less than me, I am okay with dealing with you and working on our situation because you want more for you and I want more for us. I want us to be able to do this, that, and the third, and you want that for you too, then I'm okay with that.
Hello.
See, y'all, this
This podcast gonna be like 4 hours,
right, it could be
okay?
here all day.
I
'cause
know, all
these,
day.
These are my babies, so I
Yeah.
can talk with them all damn day. Like this is.
We
who-
can have a part
These
two.
are my best. Oh,
We
y'all
can have a
definitely
part
coming back.
two.
This is like I literally spend time with this is my
Yeah.
family, right? Like
We're together all the time.
you know, Rumi was the one knocking on the door when I had somebody over, and somebody in the family was coming like,
Upstairs.
they're here, coming, they're coming.
Upstairs.
quiet down.
Upstairs.
Yeah, right.
In the
This
living
is-
room.
This
Thank
is
you.
right. This is just what it is. Like I
Yeah.
love these my girls. So we could honestly keep going.
No,
so
this is
much.
what we do all day. So
This is all day though. This is what we
all
talk
day.
about all day.
So look, so we definitely gonna have y'all back, and I know Kim is going to definitely want.
I know she's gonna like hound us
because she was even texting me like, call me in. Like we can't
Right
call
now?
you in because we don't have the headphones set up,
How
so
do
it's
you
not
do,
gonna come
you
through.
have, can you do ghetto and like call her on speaker? Is that ghetto?
I don't know if
We'll save it for
I don't know if
part two.
I don't know if the audio will come through.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll part
Give them
two.
something to
I'll
look
make it to
forward to.
Next
where
time we'll make
it's
sure
a
she's
day.
here,
Wait a
too.
minute. I don't know. Hey, she might not be on break no more. She might not. Let me see. What you about to do,
What about my bun?
And then everybody, you about to
Can
plug
the
up all
headphones go
of
behind
them?
my
You
back?
can probably flip it the other way.
How long we been going?
2 hours now.
You want me to keep going? I mean, I can keep going, bro. All right.
We have more.
Don't keep feeding me wine.
Listen.
Yeah, don't. I mean, do, but
Let
don't.
me see.
I like how you went with that.
You try to be responsible.
Let me see. I just texted. Hold on. Let me see. I just texted her. Can you take a call now, babe?
Yeah.
Let me see. Because we can plug the headphones up real quick.
Yeah, we can do it. I think she went to use them.
Yeah, like
That's
definitely,
I'm gonna go real
definitely
quick.
running y'all. She said, yeah, she can take a phone call. So let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, yeah, call her. I'm gonna go.
Look, my homie said, y'all got to keep going in.
Oh Lord.
Listen, it's good stuff. I don't
He says
hey,
homies. I don't know who.
You don't want to while our stories are good.
You
It's a
don't.
whole one.
Hello.
Yellow men are green.
that's what we want to hear. That's what we here for. That's what we want to hear.
Make sure they
So
know
this
Tyler.
break is brought to you by 301 Nutritional Spot. To avoid all of these things that these ladies are talking about, go down to 301 Nutrition Spot, get you one of them healthy drinks that help you. And it's good supplements that'll help you think clearly. Be more focused, right? Man, listen, we having a good time. I told y'all this is the takeover. This is the family takeover. This is the midweek medicine takeover. This is what it is, and this is what it's gonna be. Like this episode is brought to you by the Root Cause Podcast. This is a midweek medicine podcast. Thank you very much. I'm taking this because none of the guys are here. So oh well. And I don't play.
Who gonna check you?
Right?
Hello.
Ain't nobody gonna check me. That going. This is what it is. Like my sister starts. We be right back in a second. Y'all just sit tight. Ew.
Hello.
We back. We took a little commercial break. This is a different kind of podcast for y'all because y'all ain't never seen us take a commercial break.
I know. Who are we? We took a commercial break.
Completely different. I told y'all, look, y'all know Miguel gonna bring the smoke.
It's a lot happening. We were very cute in the first video.
We real open now.
Jackets is off.
It's very cute. It's 3 champagne bottles in. It's 2 vodkas in.
We in. Shout out to Huck Spirits. They that's the they doing the thing for the second half of this. All right, we in here. Listen, it's not no game. We talking dating with my girls.
Oh my god.
And for the second half, we got my wife on the line.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey, boo. Hey, Stink.
Oh,
It's the thing for me.
So I don't even know which way this is about to go now because they didn't re-up their cup.
we had to.
Now my wife is on the line, so I don't even know which way this is about to happen. And you know what? I do know. This is what we about to do to this. Before anything, this episode is brought to you by the Root Cause Podcast.
That was good.
This is the Midweek Medicine. Just let me know that. Just let y'all know that. Thanks, okay? All right.
Takeover.
Actually, the Trap House 3 takeover, but
Trap House.
Trap House 3 takeover.
Drunk
Trap House,
aunties
Trap House, Trap House.
In a minute, that tight bun you see gonna be loose. Okay? All right. All right. Edges is gonna start flying. It's gonna be real. All right? This is real. So I do know which way we're gonna go this because y'all just brought this up. Dating apps.
Oh my god.
Dating apps.
A fucking bitch,
Oh,
man.
whoa.
I already got one
Bitch.
scenario to give y'all.
First half of this thing, they was worried about cussing. Now you hear that? All of the big ones at one time.
I should have kept my out so you could see all the shit that I was really fucking
All right,
talking
okay,
about.
so let's get into this. All right. So
All right.
once again, of course, dating apps now are a big part of the 2021.
Especially with
Especially with COVID.
Especially
Yes.
with COVID. I can honestly say,
COVID definitely.
if I was dating right now, I'd definitely be hoeing on.
Yeah.
I
It's
definitely
easy.
would.
Everybody
Oh my
right there.
definitely
She said, "Oh my god, don't worry about that."
Me
Kim,
and my
he's
wife are
married
one
to
of the
you.
original. We are the original dating app, sir. Okay, that's how we got together. Was
Yeah.
through Facebook.
She was
you know what I'm
Kansas
saying?
at first, and
She was
now
the
she's
what
Kim.
was she, Anna? What was she?
Kansas.
The Kansas Gem. Let's be
I call
clear.
it Kansas
I
Joe.
love the narration.
I was like, "Oh, you talking to the Kansas Joe? You talking to that one?"
The fact that y'all didn't even know my name.
hey, that's
Everyone
what we're
has
talking about here.
nicknames,
Y'all are
okay?
married now. We're good. We know it's Kim.
But hold on, Lisette even one Christmas or birthday even put the Kansas Joan on my Christmas card.
Stop it right now. She did not.
nickname.
I promise you.
Lisette's not that good on the fly, man.
She did
She's
do
got
that.
to know beforehand.
She did do that.
That's funny. That's funny.
She's got to know beforehand.
So-
You can't tell her.
So hold on, I gotta let the
Wait,
wife.
yeah.
The wife has to.
Yes.
She had
she's
something.
been firing up most of the questions that I've
Yeah,
asked.
she's been good.
She's
Her
the one
questions,
firing me, right? Because
man.
like I
bomb.
told y'all, this is not my. I'm not the interviewer. This is
Yeah.
not my lane, right?
Behind
we've
every
been-
good man is his wife.
Damn right, we've been third party in this thing, and
It's a better woman behind every good man.
And what? I can't hear the whispers.
It's a better woman behind every good man.
Oh well, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, first of all, let me just apologize to everybody for the background noise because I'm at work. Because as y'all, as we said, I told Miguel to give me a Christmas list, and I gotta work because this nigga done put the PS5 at the top of the list,
Oh,
and I'm like,
he's shooting for the
okay.
stars. You know,
So
you
you
should,
went
bro.
all the way
I
in.
deserve a PS5. I
You
work
do.
hard as shit.
Nah,
You
you
do,
good.
but-
I think you should
on
go.
the earphone.
You know what? She in the background. That's why she working like
Bet my
that.
sisters are flirting with me. In here.
I'm dead.
Don't worry. I can
Well,
get you
if you're
some more.
going to go into the whole dating app thing, so, rewind over 10 years ago when I was in the dating world, at that time, it was Facebook was kind of a way to talk to people. Black People Meet was another one that we used to talk to people. I don't know if y'all use that. I know it's still
We
out
tried to
there.
sign DD True,
But-
but she shut that shit down.
Yeah, so I personally did not have any luck besides Miguel, but Miguel and I it's a little different. But I made more friends on these apps than I did actual connection. Because it was just weird as shit. Like, I don't know how it is for y'all now, but
Weird.
Oh, we
I would
definitely
imagine it's probably a little better to do the dating apps just because, like Miguel said, with the whole COVID thing and, you know, with the world being shut down for a year, that's kind of the route you had to go.
Right.
But, yeah, for me, I had no luck with it.
But when you get on the apps,
It's
I think they automatically assume that everybody's here for play.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's frustrating.
And like if you're there for play, it's a perfect thing to do
Hello.
because you'll find it. There ain't no question.
There's
You're gonna
plenty of
find what
play.
you're looking for.
Oh my goodness.
But if you're looking for something serious, I feel like that's gonna be pretty hard on a dating app.
So that's probably harder to dissect. Like it's to
And you know what? You have to go through so many people. So before I deleted my last dating app, I told Alicia, I was like, yo, bro, I've been through 185 different matches. Why the fuck am I still on this dating app? I'm cute.
Wait, which ones are you all on?
So okay,
Like,
so
what are
the
they?
one that I was talking about, I think was Hinge at the time, but I had been on Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. I did for like a short period, which is the one where women have to talk to men. But I did Hinge and Tinder for sure.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was still nothing was coming of it. So
And
what's
the
point?
one thing I thought I had coming from Hinge, it ended up being a complete waste of my time.
Same for me
He
too,
wanted to
yeah.
do all the boyfriend things,
Yeah.
but once it came to committing, he didn't
Same.
want to commit.
What the hell?
Yeah. It's the
Didn't wanna
craziest
commit.
thing.
The sneaky link from BOK.
Now, so I found my sneaky link on
found a
Tinder, and it's a
sneaky
good
link.
sneaky link, but it's a
Hello.
sneaky link nonetheless, and that's it.
What?
Sneaky
For
link.
all the old heads that don't know what a sneaky link is, that's a side piece. That's
Yeah.
that's a one night. That's
Yeah.
a quick jump. That's your call.
Absolutely.
That's that.
Casual.
Hey,
Yeah.
what you doing right now? Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
what-
So I got one of those.
Hey,
We good. We cool. That's my
One of
nigga.
my, you remember the Tinder date that called his wife called me?
Yeah, I
after
remember
my
that.
date.
Oh,
It's about to get good.
Listen,
No,
It's
they
about to
got
get good.
crazy.
tell
They got
y'all,
crazy.
we went on a date. It was a great date. I liked him. And
She really like. I remember her coming back and telling me about
yes,
him. Like
it
she
was
liked
the perfect
him.
date. We
Yeah.
went out for drinks. He just talked to me. Like
Yeah.
the overprotectiveness we were talking about, he had all of the things. Then a couple weeks later, his wife texts me, calls him by a completely different name, was like, hey, I was wondering, do you talk to so-and-so? And I was like, I don't know who that is.
Who? Like who?
And then she called him finally by the name I know. And I was like, oh, we only went on one date. Like, I can't tell you. She was like, oh, well, just to let you know he's married.
Married.
Why are you signing up for a dating app and you're married?
I didn't know that. I was in your house. We should go to
Hello.
your house.
Married.
Married.
They're crazy.
With a
It's
child.
wild. I had a married guy try to come talk to me and pretty much say like, hey, have you ever been in an arrangement where you get money? And I was like, no, but I would fucking love one.
I'd like to get money if I'm chilling with you, bro.
But he was like, oh yeah, so I have to give you money because I have a wife. I said, oh, wait a minute, you're
Married.
And it don't sound like an open relationship, like y'all cool with it. It sounds like I'm gonna be your sneaky link. Like you gotta pay. I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna disrespect a whole marriage like that and be your whole side job. And you're not in an open marriage. You're in a relationship with one person and the other.
Yes, he was on a whole dating app.
You're on Tinder. Or it was either Tinder or Hinge.
It was
one of those two.
Tinder.
Yeah. And you're on a dating app. Like that's crazy.
I was at
Hello?
the liquor store, and when I left, the guy who was next to me was like, "Oh my God, roll this window down. You're so beautiful. Yada yada yada. Let me be your friend. Let me be your friend. We don't know what that means. Okay, cool, whatever." We started speaking of more of a sugar baby kind of. Let's see what you're talking about. I ain't never done this before, but let's see what you're talking about. We get in the house, and I'm like, "So, are you in a relationship?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I've been married for X years."
It's
Many.
crazy.
Many years.
How many
Like,
married
well, does your wife
people?
know that you are asking for these kinds of arrangements? And he would never say yes. He would always say things along the lines of, "Let me just tell you that I know how to stay in a good marriage, and she knows how to keep me happy." And I was like, "I think I'm okay." This was already weird to me anyway. I was trying to step out on a little TikTok limb and see what these girls been doing.
Dating apps, man, they're a
You know what I
bitch.
mean? But now you're letting me know basically that she has no clue.
No
It's-
clue.
It's cool. I already was trying to step outside.
And then your wife is texting me like,
You're trying
what?
to pay me to keep quiet. Your wife,
Married.
like,
That's
it's
what
so
that is.
many situations.
So
Married
why?
and
So
paid
look,
for
so what I'm
speculation.
hearing now
Okay.
is, all right. So where at one point the game was when dudes had why they gonna go hit hookers, you know what I'm saying? And which you pay them to leave, you get your business and you get up out of there. Like it ain't got
Now
nothing.
you go to
paying
a
for
dating app.
continuity.
So now it's more like
They are paying for
because if you
continuity.
like to me this is one of my things, right? It take too much work to goddamn cheat.
Hello.
It's a lot because you have to think about everything. You have to think about what I say to my spouse, what I do, especially a man, because a woman notices so much.
Yes.
They notice so much in their man and what you say, what you do, your mannerisms, your actions, the cologne you wear, how many showers you take when you take. Like, women know a lot of shit, bro. They be looking at you like,
your dick so often.
I ain't see that before. Why the fuck you doing it like that? Like, you be like,
you focus more on covering your tracks.
Exactly.
Because it's like,
and women know.
Okay, so you want to see me this day, so I got to figure this out. I got to tell this lie. I got to make sure this lie coincides.
Exactly.
I got to make sure everybody in my life goes along with this lie.
Exactly. Everyone has to believe the story that I'm trying to share. Yeah, it's a lot.
See, this is the thing, and see, people don't know how to communicate this and talk this, because at the end of the day, people are scared to hurt each other's feelings. So, like, as a married man,
that's a lot of it, honestly.
And this is my wife on the phone, and I can say, if I get to the point where me and I'm lacking something from her, right, and it's not like, I'm gonna communicate like, all right, I'm feeling some kind of way. We got to do something about this. If we can't do anything about this, then okay, and we've done all we can, then maybe it might be time. I'm not about to, that's too much work.
It's too much
to be sneaking around aside.
And like, sometimes it's like,
because that's more intimate. Like, paying a hooker, a hoe, whatever. That's quick. I want some head. Here goes $70. Whatever. Yeah. I want to get late. Here go this. Right. Go to 3. That's the TikTok. You get a blowjob. Hey, listen. But to do a whole swipe date thing, that's more intimate, y'all.
He took me on a whole date to a restaurant,
and then you get a phone call.
But wait, the worst timing ever to get the phone call. We were on the way to Grandma's funeral. God,
we're in the car. We're like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Like, what?
When I got this, like, God rest my grandma, but we were on the way to her funeral.
On the top of everything that's already going on.
The Florida part, or when we back to
Florida. So on top, there's like so much happening already, bro.
Like, I'm literally reading the text to them out loud in the car.
Yeah, like that was crazy.
Like, so imagine not only, okay, so what if I really was invested in you, if I really liked you, at a time where I told you my grandma just passed,
because she already
I get a text from your,
that, like, she was obsessed or anything like that.
I get a text from your wife, and not only do you have a wife, you have a child.
There's so many things about this I had no idea of, bro.
You had me in your home, and I find out after the fact that there's a whole woman that lives in that home.
There's a woman.
Are you kidding me?
But you have a whole woman that.
Are you kidding me?
The damage that's done to you.
Yeah, like, you gotta
thank God nothing ever happened. Like, it was, we only shared a kiss. But what if I really was invested?
And what if that bitch was insane? What if she came and tried to find her?
What if she didn't believe that it was just one date? What if she didn't believe it was all of this stuff?
Whoa. Listen, I got a story for y'all. Ariana's bio, okay? When I got with him, I was 19. He was 26. The very first question when I met him, I was like, "You not married?" "Hell no, I ain't married. I ain't got no wife." I'm like, "Really? Are you sure? Because you a little older." So
hello?
I don't know. And he's like, "No." When I tell you he had his own apartment, I was around his baby mama, and I'm going to call her baby mama first, but I was around her like she saw me with him, never said nothing. Nobody ever said anything. And I'm talking about, I got pregnant by him one time, lost that baby. And I was with him for a while. And I remember one time being in the car with his sister. And because every time that I would come in contact with his baby mama, it was just drama. Like, she was just so mad and so upset. And I'm like, I don't bother you. I take care of your son, because they had a son at the time that was 1. I was like, I do for your son, like all that. So I remember sitting in the car with his sister, and I was like, I do not understand why she hates me so much. Like, I haven't done anything to her. His sister was like, well, I mean, dancing, what you expect? That is his wife. I was like, what? Well, what do you mean?
Wait, hold on. Is this what?
I think you meant baby mama.
I'm sorry. I've been around y'all for a good year. I lived with him because I had moved out of my mother's house and was living with him. She had her own place. He had his own place. She was like, "Oh, you didn't know?" I'm like, "Bitch, would I be in this fucking car with you and have gotten pregnant living with him?" If
No, bitch, I didn't know.
No, I didn't know. And
Like,
when I
that's so
tell
important.
you,
Right.
I mean, I called his ass out on that shit. But it's just, it was amazing to me that you hid this. That she also didn't say anything is the other thing that amazed me.
Especially if you was around me.
Right.
Yeah, like you would see me all the time. So also in that case, you have a lot of women that won't say anything because you don't know what he's telling her. He's still, you know, putting shit in her ear.
Yeah.
And then it's marriage nowadays to me is like a joke with people because you got so many different arrangements and people.
Marriage is really now, I feel like, yeah.
But look at because of that. Imagine what I had to go through.
It makes me hesitant for marriage
because
for
it gave her these different triggers in regards to married men. Right. So then, of course, when we get together, she sees certain things. Once again, ain't nothing new under the sun. So she see me doing certain things that might look like what he did. But I'm not doing that.
But you know what they never talk about? I just saw it on Instagram. It's like when you go from a toxic relationship to like a healthy one. And it's like no one ever talks about
like
how
you have
hard
to be willing to build
to go
into
from a bad relationship to a good one, to a genuinely good relationship where you talk about your feelings, you talk about things, you view things from each person's side. Whereas before we're just arguing and yelling at one another.
It was even things that I did that to her looked like what her father did.
That'll do it.
And I had to
I mean, your parents have a lot to do.
Like, look, I'm still a person. I got my own things. I'm sorry that it looks like that, but I'm not about to do what that individual did. And because I seen the value in my wife at the time, this is before we even like decided to date or anything, I'm willing to put in that work. Yeah, because I understand that.
And I feel like you never realize how much damage a parent can do until the older you get. Yes. It's time for you to start dating. And when you have kids of your own, you're like, holy shit. Did that happen to my kid? Like, what happened? What did we do? How can we fix it? But when you look back, you're like, there's so much for someone's childhood.
These married men out here, they doing worse than the single dudes.
Yeah,
that's worse. That's worse. That's worse.
Yeah. When you're in something that's like a front and I'm going to do it just because everybody else is doing it, terrible, not because I genuinely want to be with this person, that's a problem. That's not okay.
No, seriously.
But yeah, that definitely happens.
Y'all swiping left on niggas and y'all. It's so bad. Yeah, you swipe left on a dude like.
And he married.
Did you have a good time?
You know how it feels when you're picky about someone, you still pick the wrong person.
Especially when I liked you. Like it's not even when like it was a bad day.
Hello. I would. You know what hurts worse too? When you start telling people about them, and you're like, "Yo, I just told my cousins about you. I just told my mom about you, and now you're gonna pull some dumbass shit like this." You married? No, nobody knew you was married. Now you married? Now I gotta tell my cousins that you married? I got to tell
now remind you, they gonna laugh.
You're married ass nigga right now.
Once again, so this is the so the product of what you're getting is what you're putting out there. So if you got, I'm sorry for the single good dudes that are out there, right?
Because we believe they're there. Let's also be clear.
Yes. Unfortunately, you have to deal with the bullshit.
Hello,
you gotta deal with for all the single dudes that's genuinely good dudes out there. Now you gotta deal with the bullshit that some married ass nigga done created.
Which sucks for y'all.
So now it's another layer that you have to go through. But the thing is, see guys, you got see the value in the woman that you worth. All right. If you ain't out here just being a serial dater, you just dating just to smash and just to have a good time, whatever. But you are dating for genuine purpose, like I want to find the one or whatever. That means that you have to be patient enough and be willing enough to see that.
Because
I'm going to have to be there next to my lady
to help me unpack my baggage. Okay.
Because listen, I wish we could I wish I had a rack of bags in right now. If I got 5 suitcases in my hand, and she walk up with 5 suitcases in her hand, we cannot wrap our arms around each other. We still got all the shit that we hold on. But if we slowly dropping bags off, then the closer we get to each other.
Yeah.
So fellas, understand what you're getting into right now. It ain't like you quick to don't judge the book by the cover. Don't like you did like This on both sides. This on both sides.
I was gonna say, 'cause for the women too.
I'm speaking to the fellas because I'm a fella, but this is on both sides. Like, understand what you're dealing with. That even though it's a little bit different cause when you're dealing with dudes because we're not as vocal. We don't talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But times are changing, so that's kind of starting to look a little bit different now. But we go through our share of shit too.
Yeah, I understand what you're dealing with and understand what you're bringing. And if you know you're not all the way grown, you know what I mean? I'm still in the middle of my journey.
I'm still working on me. I mean, and everyone always is, but yeah.
Know that. And I have no problem telling you I'm growing, but I'm not grown yet.
Because it's really know yourself and be okay with where you are.
Yeah, you gotta know. Because
you're okay. Obviously, you're not fully grown. You're not fully ready yet. Because no one's perfect. I don't know if anyone's ever going to be fully ready for anything. But as long as you know you and know that you're still working on it. I'm still a work in progress. I'm not perfect. I'm willing to figure it out.
But I feel like as long as you're willing. Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. Like a lot of people aren't willing to grow.
Some people, aren't they already have it and they're already good.
And then you have those people who talk to themselves. Can we talk about that?
Alicia knows
because those people who talk to themselves.
And it's like you can't talk to you. Because talking to you, of course, it sounds great.
You agree with yourself.
You cannot. Love this quote. The situation that you're in, you created the situation that you're in the mindset that you in. You cannot get yourself out of that.
Hello.
You can't talk.
I hate those people I talk to it about myself.
The problem is, most of the time, whatever you're going through, first of all, is nothing new under the sun. Somebody somewhere done did it.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So the problem is when you're going through your rough shit or whatever, you think that you're the only one going through it. So you think that you can't talk to anybody about it. Mm-hmm. And so the problem becomes now, so you think you can talk, you in it, so you can talk to someone about it.
You put yourself in this position.
So you won't talk to any counselors or anything about it. You won't talk to no close friends about it. Your girl, if you got a girl, or your dude, you won't talk to anybody about it.
Right.
So now you walk around with all of this shit, but you don't understand. At the end of the day, you got a cup.
Yeah.
What you put into the cup, as long as you filling that cup up, eventually that shit gonna spill out. The stuff that spills out is what you give to everybody else. So if you got a bunch of shit that you dealing with, and that's the shit that's spilling out of your cup, that's what you giving to everybody. Oh, I was born with this attitude. I'm always angry. No, that's you. Because
some people definitely stick to the narrative. Like I'm always like this, and you want to be, you want to take me as I am. But if no one wants to take you, then it's just you, bro. Then it's just you.
I just had this conversation with someone where so we were listening to a podcast, and the general topic of the podcast was the girl saying men expect sex from her too early. Well, the point I want to get to is the guy who was giving advice was like, well, that's how men are. But okay, just because that's how men are, that means I have to accept what the standard has been set for men.
Right.
The same way you can say it with women. I have to be okay that people have allowed you to be this way for. Just because people have allowed this for so long doesn't mean it's an okay thing.
Just because it's normal in society doesn't mean it's an okay thing that we have to deal with. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's so with that, like let's say for that. That's a grain of salt, right? That's a generalization. Yes, as men, we naturally think more about sex than women. That's a given. But at the same time, no real dude would tell you that's the end game.
No,
real talk, like the way y'all look, how good your sex is or whatever, that's a French benefit.
Yeah.
When you see all these TikToks and whatever on IG and all of that other stuff, and they're like, all right, but what you bring to the table? And you got these bras just like, well, look at me.
Yeah.
So what?
So I saw one thing from Jamie Foxx. I think he said his dad said something. And it was like, so son, what I need you to remember pretty much is a pretty face is not what's raising your son. It's your morals and your values.
Exactly.
And that's what's raising your children. And that's what I feel like people have to remember. Just because she's cute doesn't mean shit.
That don't mean shit.
Remember who she is as a person, who she is. And that is the kind of kids that you're going to procreate and make. And that's who you're going to have in the next generation.
I watched this one interview, and the bride was like, she went down on the white dude, regular looking white dude, right? Mm-hmm. Mind you, his backstory is that my man is a multimillionaire. He's got businesses, he's got properties, he got all this thing, but he do his podcast thing, right?
Yeah.
Chick was coming down on him or whatever. She was like, you just a basic ass white boy. He was like, but you a white girl. He was like, and you saying that you ain't got to talk to me like that because you think I'm average. What are you bringing to the table? She's like, well, look at me. So what? Look at you. So what? He said, why you sitting up here calling me a basic white boy? You don't understand. I'm not just a basic white boy that started a podcast. I'm a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
I got businesses. I got companies. I got real estate. What are you bringing to the table for me?
Yeah.
Nothing.
We have this same argument.
Nothing.
The guy.
You don't even have a high school education. So you don't even have a high school education, and you think that her comment was even that men that are millionaires and very successful don't care about females that don't have high level educational thinking. Bullshit. I don't want no dumb broad with me. I don't care how you look.
That's the problem. You run into people when you hear these. I'm not even gonna quote the man's name, but when you hear these different podcasts and these different interviews, there's been lately, I've been hearing a lot of argument about like the modern woman and like you want to be this independent feminist woman. You don't understand how to stay in your lane. You don't know how to play your role, right? You want the XYZ kind of man, but you're not bringing XYZ to the table. And my argument here is that we equally as men and women, but I'm going to speak about men because that's what the thing was about. You're choosing to choose those women who feel exactly what you said. Look at me. So you're picking those women who have the hair, who have the makeup, who have the body, who have the this. And that's what you set your sights on. You didn't stop to think about her morals, her values. What does she find important in life? We're choosing wrong. And then we're creating this argument of men don't do this, women don't do this. We are not choosing correctly.
No, we're choosing off of what they look like. Like, oh my God, they're so cute. Let me pick them. Let me have a baby with him.
As long as they look like they fit the role, they're wifey material. And then you get mad because now you have this girl who doesn't cook. And I'm not saying that all there is to a woman is to cook and clean. Let me set the record straight right there.
Right.
You're choosing this girl who doesn't know how to take care of a whole household, and that's what you're looking for.
Because I was going to say, but if that's what you're looking for, and I overlook a woman who doesn't know how to cook or clean.
When you're looking, know what you're looking for. If all you're going to choose to look at is, does her physicality fit the mold?
Then you have to be okay with everything else.
Understand the mindset that comes with that.
Hello.
I'm not saying don't look at physicality. Look at it.
Because the physique, again, is not what's going to raise your child. It's not what's going to be to create the foundation of your family. It's not going to be what she looks like. It's going to be her morals, her values, how she is as a person.
Did you stop to look at that for women and for men? We have all these arguments of what people do and don't do. What are we holding?
So that's one of the biggest things that I feel like I have to learn is how to pick the right people. Because I feel like I'm picky, but I feel like I pick the right people, but I don't.
And that's the thing, you got to get through people.
Yeah.
You got to dissect. And unfortunately, people don't know how to be honest.
They don't. Because all of us have been taught to fake the funk, and then when you get to know them, then you let them know the real you, which is not a good thing to do,
not at all.
But it's what everyone's been taught to do.
With this last situation, I feel like I've been more open to be like, okay, this is me. Like, you're going to have to accept me for who I am, or it's not going to work for us, because at the end of the day, I don't want to say you're lying, because that's such a harsh word, but you're lying for yourself. Like, at the end of the day,
like, you're trying to prove to me.
How does me pretending to be someone else benefit me?
Right.
Because you're feeding off of who I'm pretending to be. Right. So you're not really catering to the real me. So I've just realized, like, no, I'm going to show you. Look, not saying it's a lot of flaws, but you're going to get these flaws and alls from the beginning, okay? Like, it ain't no fake in the front.
You're going to see it up front. You're going to know it up front.
Yeah. You know what you got to deal with.
This is what you got to deal with. And now you make the choice to deal with what it is.
That was driving me crazy.
What was it?
The audio was
and
so I was hearing a 10-second delay in my left ear, but I was hearing the accurate audio.
We actually don't even need the headphones anymore. If you want to take them off.
Oh, because Kim's off. I just
shout out to first of all Kim. My wife was at work. She dropped in real quick on us, and she gave us a good story real quick too.
Hello, and listen to our next topic.
And y'all got, like, I'm fortunate. So my wife, 2 kids before she got with me, different dudes, and the stress that would normally come with that, I ain't had to deal with it. Now, of course, I've had to help her sift through all the bullshit first and get rid of the stains that were left on her because of these past niggas. But at the same time, I seen her worth and I was ready to deal with that, and I knew what I was getting into. Like y'all are in this. Like y'all in this bag because y'all not even only dealing with just crazy single dudes.
Do you know how much of mommy apologizes that she's like, fuck, I'm so sorry that like you're in this
y'all got
dating
ass
age right
backwards.
now, I don't know
Married
what I
men
would
y'all
do.
dealing with too.
It's rough.
With dating
It's
apps
rough.
and married men and just like it's a lot.
And that's
it's
to
a
not
lot,
say all,
man.
even if they didn't end up well, it's not to say all the experiences were bad. Because
They
I
weren't all
had
bad,
a guy
no.
where he just showed me a different side of myself that I didn't know that I wanted from a relationship type of thing.
They definitely aren't all bad, but it's just like what the hell, like. What
But
the
it
fuck?
always ends in like, where is this going?
It ends in like a what the fuck, like what
Hello,
the fuck.
what the fuck did you
What the
plan for
What
this?
the fuck?
Our visions were different.
Dating now, it's like fucked up.
Close
Like,
but no cigar.
because it's
No
like, are you
cigar.
sure you want a girlfriend? Or are you just like playing me because you may want a girlfriend for the season,
Hello.
and then by summertime comes, like you cool, you don't want no.
I
one
feel like they
anymore.
don't
Like, what are
think.
we?
I feel like most men don't think about the long term, like
Longevity, I feel like, is something
Like
that men
I'm working
in our
on
generation
building
do
my
not
future
do.
husband.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to keep building a boyfriend for someone
Yeah.
else. I don't want to build someone else's husband. I want to build my own husband at this point. Like I want us to grow together.
Yeah.
Y'all listening to this? I hope y'all listen to this. Like, cause I let this ride. Normally,
It's so much.
it's a lot. It's a lot into this whole dating thing. We literally.
Oh my god.
Listen, hold on.
We could go so on.
We can keep this
Right.
going. One thing that we do say on this podcast is that we just begin to scratch the surface. And
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
all we did was scratch the surface.
Only.
All right, we like to get the conversations going, and in the upcoming weeks, these are conversations we definitely
Yeah.
continue.
Yes.
Like you best believe
Because
that.
we want answers. Like, we need,
But and the funny thing is, just as much as women, y'all want answers, it's dudes that want answers too.
I believe
Because
that.
see,
I believe it.
So I have
yeah.
male friends. My
When my
male
wife-
friends do. I do believe that. My male friends would like to figure it out too. I mean,
When my
supposed to,
wife
yeah.
posed that question to both sides, like, why
Yeah.
do you think? And the guy and the women were amazed.
Wait, did we all answer? Did you answer? Like, why you feel like? What was the
I
question
think
again?
everybody. Why you feel that you stole it?
You
Why do you, what? Not looking at the other individual, but why do you feel
For
you
you.
haven't been able to sustain
Okay.
a healthy
Oh.
relationship?
Yes,
We
yes,
still
yes.
on that question?
No,
mean,
No, I was
has-
asking. I was like,
Yeah.
does everyone answer that?
Oh, yeah. I was the only one
I
that
answered.
Because I don't think. What was your answer?
So
I was
why?
the
So
only one that answered.
so wind it down. That's how we gonna close it.
Yeah,
So what
okay,
do you
okay.
think?
What's
Why do
yours?
I feel like I haven't succeeded?
Yeah.
I feel like I give too much of my all before it's ready for.
Too soon.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm willing to let a lot of things go and just show you everything. Like,
I can understand that, but this is what you're getting.
yes.
Yeah.
But at the same
And
time,
not
it
even
can
like
be a thing too.
with me, like I'm willing to accept a lot of, like she said earlier, I'm willing to accept a lot of things I shouldn't accept because I love to love people. Like I love to
that's
give that love.
Mulatto curse.
Yes, I love.
whatever you want to call it, however you want to
I
look at our
love to
family.
give that
we
love.
We love hard.
Hello, I love hard. I love sooner than most people are ready for. I love on a different level that people like. I love to see people's potential, and it's like you, like she said, you have to accept people for where they are. Like it's not always because they can have all the potential in the world, but they're not willing to reach that potential.
Lady, Rumi, what you got? What's yours?
So I definitely feel like mine is communications about my feelings and how I feel about you.
Yeah,
I feel like that is my like a major weakness of mine. If to tell you whether I do or don't like you. If I like you, it makes me very uncomfortable and I don't know what to do. I'm uneasy. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how to express. Like, what do I do with that? Like, I don't know what to do with an emotion of me liking and genuinely liking someone. And that is my biggest
especially when
weakness.
you're
Like,
scared of the
yeah,
reciprocation.
because I like someone and I'm like, no, but I'm gonna act like I don't like. But it fucks me in the end if I act like I don't like you.
Don't
But-
explain no more. I got you.
Yeah,
Because the only reason why I told you that because y'all definitely coming back.
yeah.
We definitely coming
But that's
back.
fine. Like,
So
definitely.
so look,
emotion.
listen. Hey, look. I know y'all like Miguel and took this show and did. I know. Because I think our usual was maybe about an hour and 15.
We on what, 2 hours, 3 hours?
We about to hit 3. We about to hit 3. we about to hit 3 and it can keep going. But I'm not. So look, listen up, y'all. This is. I told y'all this is the Midweek Medicine Podcast takeover. I took over the root cause this week because I could do that. Because like my sister said, who gonna stop?
Who's gonna check him?
Who gonna check me? Right. Normally I got some. Normally I got some kind of whatever to wrap it up. I don't have anything to wrap it up. This has just been loaded.
See you next time.
See you next time, Midweek Medicine from the Trap House 3.0.
This episode will be available to y'all on Tuesday. And it's gonna be available a lot more on after that.
Y'all gonna love it.
Y'all gonna love it, and I'm definitely bringing my ladies back.
Tell us if y'all want any questions, comments, or concerns. We can talk about it.
They closing it. They telling y'all send all the questions, comments, and concerns. Please do
we
that.
Love to tell stories.
If you have any answers for our situations, we'd also love to hear that as well. Any advice that any women can give us or men.
Before I get off here, y'all good on that?
I'm fine with that. Okay. I can't remember. So I don't know if my Snapchat is it either it's either Annalisa with 4 A's or Annalisa with 4 underscores.
I'll put it in the info for them because they don't even know what their own shit is right now. So look,
it's how many bottles
this is.
That's how many bottles of that Tito's and bourbon we have.
16.
Hey, just shout me out because they're not gonna stop. Hey, we out of here. I love y'all.